Ah! Is this thing on? Hello? Anyone out there?
Yeah.
Oh, thank God.
Yes,
I thought I was here alone.
Yes, Dingus, start the show.
Yeah, dongle.
It's Feisty Fred and my usual colleagues, Perpetual Paul and Dismal Dan. I don't know.
I thought you were going to say disgusting Dan.
Decent Dan. He's not bad.
You son of a bitch.
And,
And we
treacherous
have
Trevor.
Hey! I thought I'm doing the intro.
He is. Yo, you got
No.
this, white boy?
Now I can't use treacherous. Turbulent. Wow. All right.
Hi.
Hey, how's it
Hey,
going?
how you doing, dude?
Trev,
Doing all right.
the most metal guy I
Technical
know.
difficulties, but figure it out.
How you
He's
doing?
here,
You,
I can
you
hear
good?
him.
You all right? You good?
I can't even hear myself.
But that's okay. We can hear you.
Yeah.
So,
How
Fred,
you doing?
what's up with
You
that?
doing? You good?
Fred, you don't even know who this guy is, do you?
No clue.
Oh, he's my friend.
Oh. That's
simple
one
as
strike.
that.
That's one strike against him.
He's my friend? You know what? Your friends aren't allowed on here anymore. How about that?
That's probably for the best.
Oh. So,
How
Trevor,
do you guys know each other?
Sir.
well, how the hell do we know each other?
How do we know each other?
Yeah.
Mutual friends dating back to what, 08, 09, high school?
Yeah,
You were
guys-
dating. You were
yeah.
dating back in high school.
Yeah. We were dating back in high school in 08, 09, 07, something like that.
Oh, that's cute.
Trev and Daniela.
Oh, shut your fucking mouth.
And what time did we meet Paul and the boys? Was that like 2010?
I met Paul and them in like late sophomore year, which would have been like 2010.
Yeah. I think I remember the first time, like they were like cruising by and you like said something or another about one of them shirts, and then from then on, inseparable.
Yeah, I saw Paul was wearing the Dark Throne shirt, and I asked him if he ever heard Soulside Journey, and he said no. And I turned to you and went, "Fucking poser."
Fucking nerd. And there's two of them.
Yep.
Perform mitosis or mimesis or something.
Yeah. So, yeah, we've known each other for what, 16 years or something like that?
For too long.
Yeah, for
Long.
too damn long.
Damn long.
And it's the non-metal block, and this is the first time we've had a non-metal guest. Trevor, you're not into metal, are you?
Non-metal Trev.
Are you into metal, or are you not into metal at all? What are you into?
Not really, you know. I mean, I like the classics and whatnot. And I remember, what's that band? Witchcraft. They were cool. I remember we used to jam to a fucking Electric Wizard after fucking football games once in a while.
Like Epic Posers, so it's the stoner metal guy.
Yeah. Shit like that. And then, you know, I don't even like the new metal shit. I hate like all that stuff, to be honest.
Damn.
Oh yeah, you're better off.
New metal's true
Well,
now. Where you
yeah, I'm
been?
an outlier. The BBR boys.
BBR.
Yeah, I think
Yeah, that's-
death metal shitposting posted something. He said tools like coworker metal, so I guess you can put Electric Wizard and Witchcraft in there.
Funny.
Yeah, normal guys can get into
Silly
stuff like
of
that.
that nature. You know, Sabbath and you know, all the fucking generic dad rock shit.
Non-generic stuff. Do you remember any of that? Because I think I was just like forcing you guys to listen to things I was listening to.
He had the speaker.
Celtic Frost.
Oh hell yeah!
Ooh.
What else was there? Oh, the whole Varg and all that shit. That documentary we watched. What was that one? Like, Forest something, whatever.
I think it was Until the Light Takes Us where Varg is
Yeah,
like,
Until the Light
hey,
Takes
or
Us.
Fenris.
They found
like, Happy
dead
Friday.
in the bed.
I like my cornflakes crispy.
Yeah, no, they're much better when they're crispy.
You gotta let them sit a bit.
Yeah, no, but most of my metal knowledge comes from you guys, so.
Well, how do you feel about video game soundtracks?
Dang,
How do I
getting
feel
right
about
to it.
video
Huh?
game soundtracks. I've never given them much thought, to be quite
This
honest.
doesn't bode well.
Yeah, they're kind of
I
dumb.
remember Sonic the Hedgehog 2
Wow.
got a lot of buzz for being like secretly composed by Michael Jackson, but not that I loved it or anything. That's the only knowledge I have about like video game soundtrack shit.
Wanted to
Well,
bring
How
up
do you
to
feel
Paul.
about video game soundtracks?
Oh, pretty good, because we'll be talking about that later.
Oh, thank God.
Spoiler.
Yeah, I wanted to bring up to you, Paul. I was at Anthony's and the bush caught on fire, and then Andrew had to run with the hose, and he was like, he like tripped, and he kind of had the hose like holding it as he was like going down.
It's on 4th of July or what?
Yeah, it was like 4th of July.
The bush caught fire. What are you in the desert in Israel?
Oh my
Or was
god.
it? Or was it? Or was it in Egypt? That was in Egypt, wasn't it? The
Oh,
bush
the
that caught
burning
fire?
bush. Very good, very good. And then Anthony runs in his backyard and he grabs a little squirt gun. And we're like, what happened? He goes, there's a big fire. It's like a little tiny squirt gun that he's running with.
Super soaker.
And
Or
then
moderate soaker.
I think me and Trevor went to where the hell were we? At Nathan's apartment. We were watching like Steve Harvey do like best of Steve Harvey. And one of the questions
yeah.
like, what's something that's hard to do with your eyes closed? And one of the black guys goes, read. And for some reason, Nathan looked at me like I was laughing a little bit too hard at that.
Well, you were laughing for a while about it. So
It was funny.
How many Scopies in?
4 or 5.
Probably 5, and then 1 Pacifico, and
Yeah,
then
that's a giggle stage.
a pastor
Then a big
quesadilla.
quesadilla.
Mm-hmm. Salsa's too hot. It's burning my mouth.
I told you. You gave it a little tiny dip too.
I gotta give it a little like a fucking just a little tiny dip, one little dot. That's it, just a dab.
Really?
These
Really hot.
pretzels are making me thirsty.
Hot sauce to be really, really hot. By the power of naughtiness.
But yeah,
Trevor,
you. Oh, go.
Oh, okay. Trevor, what can you tell us about my 18th birthday party and me trying to get into the house, and then something about an eyeball?
that's a
What
good
happened
one.
there?
Well, you were pretty fucked up at that point.
Right?
I think before that happened, you like jumped in the pool and landed like on this chick, our friend Audie's like head, and sent her into like a rage, and she stormed off. And then you came back and you were like all muddied and barefoot. You're like, I don't know, just drunken ramblings of an 18-year-old man. And then, yeah, I was crashing at your place that night. You were trying to get into your house, and your mom's like, what are you doing? And you're like, yeah, I didn't have my key or the remote to get in. And she's like, the remote? You're like, yeah, I didn't have my key or my remote. And she's like, what key and what remote? And you're like, yeah, Mom, my remote to open the door. And she's like, are you fucked up? And you're like, no, just let me in. And then you kind of like scooted by her. And then she's like, what the fuck's wrong with you guys? You guys been drinking? I was like, oh, no, definitely not, thinking we're going to fool her. Didn't fool her at all.
No.
Silly things like that.
Yeah,
with
well,
young men cruising
Something
around
happened with an
late at night.
eyeball. What the hell? What happened with the eyeball? I think that same night, maybe 3 in the
Eyeball,
morning.
Yeah, I was passed out on the couch. And then I heard a bunch of like grumbling and like gurglings and shuffling in the middle of the night. And then I look up, and as I open my eye, I see like a finger coming right at me, and it just gouges my eyeball out. And you're like, oh, sorry, I was trying to open the curtain or do something. I don't fucking remember.
I was trying to open the
"Ow."
window and I tripped.
Open your
Yeah, that
eyelid.
shit fucked me up, dude. My eyes were always getting fucked up back then.
Robbie, why are your eyes so red?
Robbie, why are your eyes so red? I wasn't there for that one, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think we were just like smoking weed in Robbie's in the grandma's shed or something, and we came out and she came home and she goes, Robbie, why are your eyes so red? He's like, I didn't get enough sleep last night, Grandma.
Yeah, Rob always had interesting excuses. For
Quick thinking.
things. Yeah, he always said weird shit like that. This one time we were going to fucking Laughlin, and he's driving his mom's minivan, and we're like having some road sodas, cruising, doing our thing. And then this cop pulls us over, and Rob like panics. He doesn't know what to do. So he like stops in the middle of like an intersection and like puts his head back out like through the window and looks at the cop. And the cop's like, pull over to the side of the road so I don't get hit when I get out. Then Rob's like, oh, okay, whatever. And he pulls over to the side of the road, and the cop's like, that was some interesting stuff you were doing there. Have you guys been drinking? And then Rob looks at him, he's like, not since Thursday. And it was like a fucking Friday afternoon. So it's like, what the fuck? What are you trying to tell the cop, like, your whole, like, week schedule for? It's weird shit, man.
Wasn't Rob, what the hell happened to him? Why was he fucking wearing a trash bag in Turnbull? I can't even remember what that was
Because
about.
you and him had a mud fight?
Oh yeah, we're always throwing mud.
No, it was fucking up in Turnbull at like one big like downhill like concrete slab thing. People would like skate and whatnot, but it was like super muddy. So then like we were like hiking and ended up down there. So it just turned into like a mud battle between you guys.
Was that the same time that he tripped and like fell like fucking 15 feet into a pile of mud and like he was
Yeah,
stuck?
it
It
was
looked
more
like he
than
was
that. It was
stuck in
like
clay.
fucking 30 feet, dude.
Yeah, it was like a 30
jumped
he-
and his foot snagged. And he fell like flat chested, and like stuck in the mud. Like it made like a sound. Nick was with us. He's like, "Oh fuck that, dude!" And like immediately it takes off.
Well, I remember Rob kind of there. It almost looked like I forget what if this is from a movie or something, but where somebody puts their hand in the cement in their face and they're trying to like identify who it was. I can't remember what that was from.
Yeah.
But it looked like that, and then he just goes, "Oh!"
Yeah, he didn't say anything. He just let out like a loud "oh," and that's how we knew he was okay.
Something happened similar with Nick in the sewer. I think.
I wasn't there for that one either, but I remember it.
Weren't there for that one?
No, that was you, David, and Miguel, and Nick, obviously.
Yeah, there was like it was in the gully thing, like right behind my house, where the fence was open, where we can kind of jump down. And Nick spotted a bungee cord on the fence, and he pointed it out. He goes, "Hey, check it out, a bungee cord." And he jumps down, and the bottom of his pants get caught on the bungee cord, and so he kind of like goes forward, and so he lands straight into the like gully floor, like splashing water, green algae water everywhere. And as soon as he gets up, he goes, "Dude, what am I gonna tell my mom?"
Yeah, that was his first fucking concern. How's he gonna explain his wet ass Seward shirt to his mom?
I think he sat in my room after that, like blow drying himself.
It's a reasonable thing to do.
Yeah. What about what about
When you pushed
Nick?
him.
Yeah, when you pushed him, what happened there? I think Paul was actually there for that one.
Well, you know, again, young boys, high school, fucking just fucking around at lunch, and he kept doing like this weird like orca dive into me, and I was like, dude, you better knock your shit off.
Orca dive. Let me just repeat that.
Let's
Yeah,
let's
orca
describe what an orca
And he
dive
wouldn't
looks like
stop.
for the uninitiated.
So like I think I whispered to you like, dude, watch this. I'm gonna push this guy as soon as like the bell rings. You know, so the bell rings, everyone goes back to, and I let him get a good pace, about 10
He had his
yards
binder
out.
in his
Yeah,
under his arm.
he's walking off like a Teletubby.
Like a Teletubby. What does that mean?
Just
Yeah, we gotta paint
jolly.
a picture too. This guy was a larger boy, you know. He was like 5'7", probably like 240 pounds, and he wore like really like skinny jeans. Like you could see like everything. Like his flesh was ready to bulge out the seams of these pants.
Uh-huh.
So as he's walking away with his fucking folder into the evening, I fucking nail him from behind. He goes flying. You know, I turn back laughing. You know, our whole group's having a good time laughing. And then
Well,
Nick
the way he
slowly
went
gets
down
up.
looked so funny.
And as he does, his seams of his pant from his ankle all the way up to his crotch was ripped and blowing in the wind.
New pants. No, just kidding.
And again, he's like, dude, what am I going to do? What am I going to tell my mom?
He goes, "I gotta go to class right now."
Yeah. Then I was like, dude, you got your fucking PE like, gym shorts, right? He's like, oh, yeah, that's a good idea. So
I
then
think I
he's
went with
walking
him to the
down
locker
hall
room to get his shorts.
But he's like holding his pants together like at his ankles, like hunched over like Quasimodo while he's trying to go get his fucking gym shorts, and it was just a funny sight.
The way he fell was really funny because it was almost like there was no resistance and his arms kind of
Yeah,
just
yeah. His
stayed
arms
at the
were like,
sides the whole time. He didn't even
yeah,
try to
his arms
stop
were straight
himself.
down.
And he sort of slid. He like slid a foot or two.
Yeah, yeah, because it was like some nice grass right there, and had some nice give to it.
Some nice shiny grass.
Yeah, good for sliding.
What about this is something I was thinking about like not too long ago. I don't exactly remember what what this was about. Something about Christian had a swastika on his head or something. Didn't he tell you that?
I think he told all of us that. He's like, oh yeah, like when we first met him. Oh yeah, I'm a Nazi. I got a swastika on my head. And then I was like, oh yeah, let's see it. He's like, nah, you're a bunch of beaners. And I was like, dude, like I'm whiter than you. And then he never showed us. And I think like years later, he's like, oh, like that was just a lie. I wanted you guys to think I was cool, or something along those lines.
Yep, I was lying about that and the Domino's delivery truck job too.
He lied about working at Domino's.
Yep.
He lied about being
Why
a.
did you lie
I
about
could have
that?
sworn it
You'd
was
be
Pizza
lying.
Hut.
I'd be lying
Oh,
if I was
okay.
working at Domino's. I'd be like, no, I'm cleaning. I'd say anything besides working at Domino's.
Well, the first time I met him, I was like walking. I think we were. It was after school or something. And he's like, oh yeah, I'm a delivery driver for Pizza Hut, and the reason I talk like this is because I did a lot of shrooms.
Fred, you're going crazy.
Yeah, who's clicking? Who's clicking like crazy here?
Not
Oh, it's
me that
Freddy?
I'm aware of.
Yeah, it's Fred.
What?
That's probably my shit going.
No,
crazy.
no,
No,
you're
I think
good.
no, it's Fred.
Oh,
Fred
well,
does
then
this
go.
from
Well,
time to
fuck Fred.
time, and
Don't-
From time to time.
and
I'm feeling singled out here, guys.
I don't know. I feel bad. We're all ganging up. I don't even know you.
all right, well,
I don't even know you, man.
Can we just blame Trevor anyways?
Yeah, that's fine. Blame me.
all right, I think it's gone now.
That's convenient.
Yes. So where were we? Who has anything they'd like to regale us with?
Nope.
No.
No, I was sick
good,
all week,
that's it?
so
What did you say? You were sick all week?
yeah, I had a cold.
Been
What, from daycare again?
Been sick my whole life.
Oh yeah, of course.
We got the fucking clicky thing
Yeah,
again.
Fred's
Okay, my phone is nowhere near my microphone. I don't know what the hell's going on.
plug it back in. All right, it's gone.
Yeah, I don't know what to tell you.
But yeah, you and Trev used to do a let's play before that was a thing,
Yeah, we
Buddies.
did do a let's play.
and that's
What is a
it was
what is a let's
proto
play?
Play before it existed.
That's where you play video games with your bro, and I guess just kind of record the commentary. We had
We didn't
some
know
of
what
that
we were
going
doing.
on
We were
with
like, we should record this. And then like years later, it became like a thing, like on Twitch and everything else. We were the
yeah. What can we
precursors.
hear about that? What can we hear about? I think Wario World was one of them, if you remember that one.
Yeah, we can talk about Wario. I feel like you discussed it before, but I can.
Maybe slightly.
Yeah, I mean, did you grow up playing that game? Because that was my first time playing it when I came over at that time.
I didn't have that one. Oh, got a package. No, I didn't have a fucking GameCube until I was like in middle school, so I got it a little bit later, and I only got it
okay.
just to play the Paper Mario, the second one.
Yeah, yeah, you showed me that one too. That game was cool.
Paper
But
Mario's
yeah,
great.
Wario, that was a trip. The circumstances were a trip as well. Just,
Yeah, my field
like,
work
around the
for
height, and
senior
I
project
stayed
was
over one
due.
time. It's like, hey, I got this crazy game. I'm like, all right, cool, let's play it. And you're like, oh, I got this weed cookie too. And I was like, no, I'm good, man. You can like have that to yourself. So you did that, and then that game, as you know, is just like everything you think you know about Mario is like the opposite in that game. So it's like, left is right, bad is good, sort of thing. It's just a trip.
It's the mad scientist
up-
version of Super Mario.
Yeah, that was the way it should have been. The two creators had a falling out in college. This is my headcanon that I've made up for the game. and that's what culminated in a. What the fuck is it even called? Super Wario Wario RPG? What is it?
I think it's just, Wario World is what it's called.
Wario World. Yeah.
Walla walla
And
walla walla
us
walla
being the
walla
knuckleheads
world.
we were back then, we should have been doing projects or whatever. And no, we were playing fucking Wario, and you were stoned.
And Nathan would come over and fall asleep on my bed.
Yeah, that was like part of like the thing. Like, you would get a video game, and you would have me play it, and you would just like laugh and like play music, and Nathan would like come over like halfway through and be like, "Hey, what's up, pals?" And like crawl into your bed and like take a good like hour nap.
Hey, can I catch a nap?
Yeah.
Well, the thing was, like, didn't you like come into some money, and like the thing that you invested in was like a pretty technological bed at the time.
Oh, the
That is true,
Tempur-Pedic.
that
Yeah, I
does
still have
exist.
that bed.
Yeah, good investment.
Yeah, I wish I had a
I
bed
don't
like
even
that.
use the Tempur-Pedic part anymore. Yeah, it like goes up and down and fucking the massage thing kind of. There's like a massage feature, a vibrating feature. But
That's the love making bed.
yeah,
You got
I,
to put a
haven't
quarter in,
I
or
don't even
what?
know the remote is.
It's the
You
sexy
didn't know
bed.
where it was, and you tried getting in the house. Now you don't know where it is in your room.
I don't know where my remote for the door is, and I don't know where my remote for the bed is either.
That would be convenient though. Just have a fucking remote for like your door instead of like juggling keys around. Why is that not a more common thing?
I remember seeing that on TV shows. I don't know if that's actually a thing now. It's like, oh, the universal remote. Now we have it.
Yeah, I mean you can control everything with a fucking remote these days. Why not the door?
Speaking of
Need a
that,
remote with what's that?
like today I was just Ubering around Arizona, and then it popped up. It said, "All right, do you want to take a Waymo, which is a self-driving car?" And yeah, that was pretty interesting. Being in there, getting nauseous and stuff.
You were getting
You get
nauseous?
nauseous?
Yeah,
Is it going fast?
Why?
or is
Because
it,
the
is
steering
it
wheel wasn't
spinning?
in
What's
front
it
of you?
doing?
yeah. I think it was. I don't know. I think it was just a mindset, because it was just like going, but it was like very slow, and then it would like, I don't know. It's sort of like a Tesla where it has everything mapped out, like even people on crosswalks and sidewalks, as well as the cars like within the lanes. And then I don't know. I think just the way it suddenly like jerks to brake and go like really fast too. It's just
Yeah, it didn't ease into things. It was either all or nothing, huh?
yeah,
Interesting. And it was going too slow.
yeah. It was like, I think we were in probably like a 50, and we were going like 38 or something. So like cars are just passing us by. I'm like, damn.
Are people like looking over at you at that point? Like,
Yeah,
you
people.
get past some guy on the
Is it
freeway and someone's
embarrassing
going
not
too
having the
slow?
steering wheel in front of you?
Yeah,
Nah, I
are you
was
in the front?
taking-
You're in the back seat. Where
I
are
was
you
taking
at?
pictures in the front.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like don't
be a
touch
funny
the don't touch the steering wheel, don't touch the gas. And then when I was on my way to work, we ended up taking one too. And then my coworker in the back, he like had the doorbell. I mean, not the doorbell. His fucking seatbelt locked into the door. So like he had to open it while we're like driving, and just like went to this abrupt stop.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, so it's like it's crazy. And then I was seeing some videos of this exact car getting pulled over in Arizona, and like they had to talk to the support, I guess tech that is live whenever you request it, and it's like, hey, this was going southbound on northbound. Lanes and shit. So it was basically going against traffic.
Against traffic.
So I was just like, had that in the back of my mind too. I was like, oh,
Yeah, that's interesting. Getting pulled over, not driving. How would that even work?
and that thing, like, luckily, like, in that video, like, no one was in the car. It was just like on its way to pick someone up, I guess.
Yeah, I guess as long as no one's in the car, it's fair game, right?
Yeah, and I guess like, I was in LA on Friday or Saturday, and human error on I went to oncoming traffic on those one-way streets. I was like, oh, the venue's right here, and then I just like turn in there, and just like a bunch of fucking horns and shit. So it's like, I guess either way's bad.
I hate driving in LA specifically because of those fucking one-way streets. I don't get it. What's the point of those things?
Yeah, I don't get it either. It's the worst, and especially this venue that we were at. It was like right on the corner of one, so I was like, oh shit, I can just go right here. And then of course I missed the sign that says one way.
I don't care for roundabouts either. What's the deal with those things?
Yeah, just somebody go
I
through.
love roundabouts.
Well, this is where we
So much.
disagree, Fred.
Well, they're great if people know how to use them. We have a few around here.
Oh,
People
so I'm
don't
just
know
a
how to use them.
All right, fair
I
enough.
mean, if the helmet fits.
Oh,
Yeah, roundabouts. They're yeah. I feel like people are more in the Trevor camp. They don't know.
they seem like an antiquated thing, much like one-way streets. I feel like people are just figuring out how to like engineer cities at that point. Like, oh, let's put a fucking round thing here, and we go round and round. In case you miss it, you just go around again.
No, but the
Yeah, well, it's better than a red light.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess.
rather stop than yield.
Other
Yeah,
people can
red
get
light,
lost
I
and
can
just like go
scratch
around in
my
circles.
ass,
I can get on my
come
way
back, take a
happily.
breather. Roundabout, you gotta fucking be steering constantly. I don't know. Maybe I'm lazy.
Yeah, and then you got a top-heavy car too. You can flip in those.
Yeah,
You're going around.
Well,
That sounds like a personal problem.
what kind of car do you drive, Fred?
I have a Hyundai Elantra.
My Nissan Stanza.
We
It is
have
not.
Hyundais
It is
and
not top heavy
Subarus.
at all.
No, it doesn't sound like it.
There's a heat warning over here, and we're not supposed to use. There's like a fucking spike for the electric bill. So if you have the AC on, you're gonna get charged a lot. So no AC over here right now. I just had to change my undies.
You gonna get a brownout where they do the test of like they'll just turn it off.
Is a brown
No,
and white? He changed his underwear?
No, it's because we don't have the air on because we'll get charged a lot.
I like my explanation better.
Yeah,
I thought
over
you were gonna say you
here.
were cranking it anyways, but I was like, you without AC? I don't believe it.
No, yeah, I'm sitting here. I'm like drenched.
Yeah, I'm over
Dude,
here
I was
in
sweating before fucking hopping on here because I thought like, it was like promptly starting at 6. And I
no.
was like installing like this headliner thing in my fucking car, and I was like, "Fuck, I got like 10 minutes," and I was out in the sun, and it's like always 15 degrees hotter here than like over where you guys are. So I was like dying, baking, and I got in here, and they're like, "Oh, we're always fashionably late." I was like, "Motherfucker, I can damn it."
Yeah, like today I was late because I just got back from getting those vinyls, and then I was like, all right, let me get some food. So across the street, I placed an order for pizza. Guys like, all right, 15 minutes. So I had these coupons from the or vouchers from the hotel. So I go up to the rooftop bar, get some 2 margaritas and just drink those, and then go back to get the pizza, and then come back up, turn the AC down to 64, and then here I am.
Sounds like you're living it up right now.
Wait,
Pizza,
don't-
vinyl,
Yeah, you're
margaritas.
lucky.
It is. It's really
This
nice
guy's
over here.
fucking like Jimmy Buffett over here.
You got your own room.
Wait.
Yeah.
He said
Lucky?
vinyls, multiple. I only saw Access of Advance. We need details here.
He
Yeah, I
bought
got-
the Maquajito one too.
Yeah, I got the list from Access to Advance, and then I got
Sexy.
the I don't even know what the fuck does that say? Maquajito of the Sacked War, something like that. So I got those, and yeah, while I was over here, because I'm doing like a work trip, and I just looked around the area to see if there was like any metal record shops or anything, and there was one maybe 15 minutes away. So I got the robot to take me, and then yeah, they just had like a lot of vinyls over there, mostly new stuff, and they even had like the Repuke Pervertopia, as well as like Imperator. And
Oh, you didn't get the Imperator?
I almost did, because that was like $55 versus getting these two for like 50.
Yeah, well. Oh,
Yeah.
but Imperator though, that's really good.
No, yeah, it was. I might have to swing back, because there's
Yeah.
like a more there's like an amoeba type record shop down the way too. So I was gonna check that out and see if they had any like good CDs, because yeah, it was just like new shit that this guy had, and I was talking to him, and Yeah, he just opened it up like maybe a year ago with being like the only metal record shop in the whole state. And
Huh.
I was like, yeah, I had to check it out. The Yelp reviews were good and whatnot. So if you're ever in Arizona, go to Vinyl Command.
Yeah, I'm down. I want to go to Arizona. I want to go to. I want to go to the lake.
Fred,
I
you're
want to go to fucking Lake Mead where the sea monsters are.
Let's go.
I totally would go.
no, you got to come to Sabat.
Yeah, you
in,
got to come see
October.
Sabbath. We can do the meetup.
That's in what, October?
Shannon's questioning it.
Where does Shannon live?
No idea. He just said, "Are you guys going?" and left it at that. It's like, right, suspense.
Man, or shit?
It's a man. It's an Irishman.
Shannon's a
The
myth
man
and a
Shannon,
legend.
Shannon the man.
He said that for
Shannon's
some
a
reason. I'm
whole
thinking he's
different-
in Ireland.
Whole different beast.
Have you ever been to the States, Fred? Like, besides, like, anything like New Yorkie or anything? Where the fuck are you, Ontario?
Yeah. I've been to Washington State. I've been to California. I've been to New York. Yeah, no, I've been to places.
Okay.
Been been to Michigan. That was
Universe, you know?
well. Ann Arbor was nice.
Shout out Ann Arbor.
Yeah, shout out Ann Arbor. Exactly.
Warriors Chalice lyric. If you know, you know.
You haven't been out of state much, have you, Dan?
Oh, I've been to
Florida.
been to Florida. That was crazy. First time flying
Well, that was
right
recent,
across the country. It's too hot out there. We went there last April, and already it's like summertime fucking heat over there.
Yeah, hot as hell over here. It's like, let's see, 7 o'clock, 1:13. And
It's
then,
113 over there.
yeah, and then I was out, and I got some food, I think around 11:30, and it was like 90 degrees.
Oh, oh lordy,
Yeah,
that's not
It's
cool.
good weather for a nice night swim, though, if you're into that sort of
yeah,
thing.
they got the pool up there. I might check it out later.
You're gonna go march down there,
You gotta march up.
march
Your
up to
pizza
the
and your two
pool.
margaritas.
Yeah, gotta pay
Okay,
for the
but,
next
but
one.
I said that's not cool. No one's gonna appreciate that. No. All right.
Mm-mm.
Not cool, boo boo. Sip. Oh. So, how was all of your guys' 4th of July?
Still
Anybody
got all
do
my
anything fun?
fingies.
Mine
What's
was
that?
great because they didn't do anything around here.
Oh yeah, you guys are still
I don't see why you guys would.
you guys are still dependent, huh?
Yeah, ours is July 1st.
We own your ass.
We're like, they're doing on the 4th. Well, let's beat them to the punch. And
Wait, you guys have
no one-
Canada
no one
Day right
cared.
before that, right?
yeah, on the 1st.
All right.
Canada Day.
Yeah, Canada Day. What is it called?
That's it. Canada Day.
When was that established?
We're not very creative. 1867, I believe.
What about you, Paul? What'd you do?
Nothing. Just hung out with the girlfriend and the family, and
Nice.
watched the fires work.
I see what you did
They
there.
were working, alright.
Yeah, all I did was go over to Anthony's. We saw the bush catch on fire. I
saw
think his
God?
mom kept bringing us. What's that?
So you
yeah,
saw
exactly.
God?
Saw God. I think his mom kept bringing us like fucking vodka shots, and then she was giving us fucking whiskey after that. Vince got all fucked up. And then I go out to my car and I realize, the door's open and all my fucking packages are gone. So some fucking asshole got into my car and took all my shit.
Oh yeah, I forgot about
Seriously?
that. They didn't mash your window.
No. I think the back window was open, so they like slid their hand in and opened
They got
it.
their tweaky hand
Wow.
in there.
Too far down. It was like in the dark, and that's like right across the street from that liquor store where those fucking all those bums hang out.
Mm.
And there's like one that plays guitar. I feel like it was
Yeah.
him if I see him again.
Well, you said they got
Smashes the
someone
door.
else too, right?
Yeah, they
Yeah,
got robbed.
Robert, they smashed his window and took his backpack with his Among Us plushies on it.
So maybe it's a good thing you had the window down, or else you would have gotten smashies.
Kinda, yeah. I should have just parked somewhere else.
Well,
If I would have parked
yeah.
on one of the like side streets with the lights, I would have been fine.
Wait,
Because
where
like
were you
where
parked?
I
Across
was
the.
parked. No, no, no. I was parked on where we usually do, but farther down, like
Oh,
towards
towards
that
the
trailer
light.
park. Yeah.
Dang.
And so there's no cameras over there, and there's no houses or lights or anything. And I think the fact that there's like a bunch of explosions going off is
Perfect
I don't know.
cover.
Cover.
I guess it's good cover, yeah. So it makes
It's
it
like in
easier
Shawshank Redemption.
for getaways. Exactly. When the lightning strikes, then you hit the
Where's
fucking
the
pipe. Yeah, then Andy
I
Dufresne
just
can
imagine
crawl
some
through
tweakers
poopy.
having it all like planned out, like no, as soon as the firework goes off.
Yeah, they left my hat. They left my Bahamas hat.
Well, that's nice.
And they got the wallet too, huh?
No, okay. First, dumbass, I left my fucking wallet in the car. They took my license and my debit and credit card,
What the fuck?
but like I look at the sidewalk and my wallet's on the sidewalk. They like took some cards and threw it back.
So they gutted it and left the skin.
Yeah, they left the skin like like a chicken skin.
So they're trying to pass with your credit cards. They're gonna show the ID.
I don't know. There was a couple charges on there. There was $31 at Del Taco in La Mirada, and then there was like $100 charge. Booking.com, a hotel in New York. What?
Yeah, I think that's just.
Is that the throw off the trail?
No, I think that's just like when you book like Airbnb, it's always like somewhere in like Silicon Valley that you get charged, but it's wherever that you're
Oh, yeah.
at that the purchase is made.
Maybe it's some like homeless tweakers wanted a hotel for the night. I don't know.
Maybe he's planning a
Probably.
vacation in New York.
It's
So
like
finally,
booking
my big
dot-
score, Del Taco in New York.
So like booking dot, yeah.
Booking dot, yeah.
So you got all that cleared up. You got some new cards and ID on the way. Or
Yeah, I got it all done the next day. I
Mm.
saw Julian's grandpa at the DMV walking by. He's like, "Hey, man." Well, he didn't say. I used to tell him the other. He didn't even see me. He's like, "Hey, I need an ID." I think he needed an ID too for some reason.
There's some bums, man.
My bones hurt. I think he got back from a motorcycle ride, and that's what he said. My bones hurt. And then I think we were looking for Chuck, me and Julian, and we go, "Hey, hey, where were you, Chuck?" He goes, "Oh, I was in the back getting baked." And the grandma goes, "Get baked? What does that mean? Sounds stupid."
Sounds stupid.
I remember one time we were hanging out at fucking Julian's, and he rolled up, Grandpa Chuck, on a motorcycle with a watermelon. He's like, "Hey, Julian, go inside, get a knife, cut this in half. You guys keep half, I'll take the other half. Get a couple spoons, you guys can all share it."
Were either of you guys there at the bonfire in the backyard? And the grandma was like cooking hot dogs. And she goes, "I like my wieners nice and black, Julian."
I wasn't, but I remember it.
Julian told me that somebody, I think it was either him or Josh. I almost said her or Josh. The womanly smile thing comes back.
I think I said that, you said, right?
I think so, at Josh's party. One of them bought the grandma a fucking pen with like a picture of Jesus on it, and she started crying.
And she was like, "Julian!"
Oh, she goes, "Oh, Julian."
How about when we got Julian with the sausage when he was sleeping that one time?
That was so bizarre.
I mean, his brother did it, you know. So.
Yeah, we were just there. His brother did it.
He was like gently gyrating this like week-old hot dog, and his brother passed out.
Yeah. It was like
Vince squirted a bunch
jiggling
of
it on his
ketchup down his
lips.
throat.
Julian woke up, somebody squirted ketchup on his face. Like, I don't know, like what, jizz? Is that what the analogy is?
I don't know. I think it
And
was
then
just trying to be assholes, I guess.
I, well, he woke up and he goes, "Oh, fuck this dude," and then he took a bike ride.
Yeah, it was like 2 a.m.
Trev,
I mean, what else are you gonna do at that point? Had to blow off some steam somehow, I guess.
Trev, you've always been the mosher at our shows.
Me?
Yeah. What would you think of when we play in our little backyards?
Well, I like to have fun.
It was always you and Vince Porras.
Yeah, that's true. I miss Vince. He was cool.
You found God.
Did he?
Yeah.
Did he really?
He's been away at college, I think.
With God.
Yeah.
I remember one time we were at Audie's old studio in Uptown, and Vince was there, and Big Chris was there, and we were having a little party there, and put on something, and we're acting a fool, doing a little mosh inside our fucking little tiny studio.
Yeah, we were breaking everything. I
Yeah.
put on Dismember and we mosh in a studio apartment.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, that's what it was.
Was it Pieces?
I like how you remember
was-
who
it
you
was-
put on. That's hilarious.
It was Skinfather,
Okay.
Okay.
I think. Or it might have been the first one. It might have been Fleshless. There you go.
How about that one show that you played with Julian's band, Tribal Chief, up in fucking off of Beverly? He had that one song with like that sweet like surfy part, and everyone started moshing to that. That was cool.
Well, yeah, that's kind of like the what is that? Like the Sandlot song, Wipeout. Yeah.
Then there was that one like super like technical band had like that one like violin player, and they were like shredding. But then Levi was like, "This what they say? They suck. They're band nerds. I don't like them."
Band nerds.
These
Yeah,
guys
that's
don't
it.
rock.
Yeah, he was hating on them.
Well, that's when Levi confronted me and goes, "You broke up the band, Dan."
That was the same night, yeah.
I just left the band. The band existed before I was there.
But you were the heart and soul, apparently.
We were using my trailer for practice at one point, but then we went back to Robert's. So I think it was his fault. I think everybody got tired of him.
Robert or Levi?
Oh, Levi, I think.
Yeah, I mean, no one sees that guy anymore, do they?
No, him and Robert got in a big argument over cryptocurrency or something.
Some serious shit.
Robert, like, he was on that shit for a long time, and he wouldn't shut up about it. And I guess some people were tired of hearing it. He goes, "Shut up, Robert! I don't want to hear it anymore." And then I guess they weren't friends after that.
That was the final straw.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that'll do it.
Bring something up about you said what the fuck were we just talking about? Vince Porras and backyard shows.
Yeah.
There was some. Oh, I know what I was gonna say. You brought up the show in the Friendly Hills backyard.
Yeah.
There was a song that Julian like. It was kind of like this weird storytelling song.
About Nick,
And
right?
yes, it was about Nick and Robert going to Burrito Track and ordering a burrito, and Julian's like kind of narrating everything that's happening, and he goes, "Nick couldn't wait to open up that wet burrito." I think when he introduced the song too, he goes, "Song's about anyone who's ever been to Burrito Track," and you hear fucking Fat Chris. He's in the audience going, "Hell yeah, breakfast burritos, eggs, sausage, cheese, hash browns, bacon." He's like naming everything in the burrito.
I forgot about that. That was good shit.
And I think I
That one
yelled
show
at
that you guys
Christian.
did at what the fuck was that like skate like warehouse place? You guys did a couple shows there
The Muck House. Muck Warehouse.
for that one dude's birthday that one year.
Yeah, for Chris Guerrero's birthday.
Yeah, that's the one. That was a cool show. That was like one of the last ones I remember seeing you guys do.
Yeah, that was one of the last ones we did. I think after
And
that,
was like
we
what,
kind of
6, 7
braked.
years ago.
That was 2017, I think.
Yeah, it's about 7 years.
Yeah, we did that. We did a bad show in LA.
Was that the
With
5
this-
star? Which one was that at?
No, it was in a backyard. The 5 star, I was doing all that stuff with funeral smoke, but I don't think anybody really showed up for those. Not the buddies. Those were just kind of like I don't know, fucking scenester shows.
Yeah. What band were you in at the time when you were going like over like the fucking punk gigs and like Boyle Heights and shit, and you guys were like the one like metal band with Kyle,
Um,
I think.
Necrotic Mess, probably.
Yeah, maybe that was it. Remember there was that one in fucking Compton, like that like random like black homeless dude like stumbled in, he wouldn't get off the fucking mic.
No, he wasn't black. He was a white guy.
I thought Chris Morgan was a black dude.
No, he was a white guy with a big like cowboy mustache. And I think there is a video of him. You can see him standing next to me, and he's on the mic. He's going whoa 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 whoa, and I go, "Hey Josh, get this guy away from the mic."
Yeah, he wouldn't give up. He was relentless.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, all those shows were always cool. I enjoyed going to all those.
I remember somebody fucking like while we were waiting to play, we were supposed to go on at like 9, but we ended up waiting till 11 to go on. And Paul had his kit kind of just sitting in the back, and some guy moshing like bumped into it and knocked over the drum stuff, and Paul went in there and like started shoving the shit out of everybody,
Oh, fucking
like
Polly.
actual anger mosh.
Yeah, the crowd kill.
Where was that
Crowd
one
killer.
kind of by 5 points? I remember some dude like decked some chick. He didn't realize it was a chick or something. She was like in the pit and she's trying to be tough and started like hitting him. And then he turned around and he like laid her out. Remember
No,
that?
I don't remember that.
It was right there by 5 points. That little like it's next to like the fucking like Volkswagen repair shop or something.
That was your other metal friends, bro.
Yeah, maybe I don't remember that. I do remember
Yeah, he
some.
was like a big dude and she was like a little like chubster and she got laid out.
No, I do remember somebody getting hit in the head with a bottle when we were playing as a Kamana. That's when we had the fucking face paint. And I had my shirt off.
For the ladies?
For everybody.
Or for the
bros.
dudes?
For the bros.
Yeah, this is for the bros.
Inspiration.
Yeah, I think like before the last song, the guy who owned the house came on the mic. He's like, "Hey, somebody just got hit in the head with a bottle. Can we like not do that, please?"
That sounds familiar. I don't know if I was there for that one.
I think you were.
I was usually there. There's only a handful. I
That's the
didn't
one where
know.
Kyle was wearing like a big fucking cloak.
Yeah, I remember he came in like someone like started laughing. Just he came up out of nowhere wearing the cloak.
I think before we left, Kyle was like stomping his cloak into the dirt in front of Vince's house. To give it that like
Or is he doing it for showmanship?
he was doing it for the ancient look, like it's like he's been buried underground.
Oh, I see. Part of the costume.
It's
It's all
aesthetics.
part of the act.
That's dedication, pal.
Yeah, and then Angel couldn't play the last song, or he didn't want to play the last song. He was a little bit overweight at the time. He's like, "No more, no more," and you can see him like kind of like his
Dude.
sweat glistening in the moonlight.
That reminds me. Remember
There's
that
my fat
powder-
person story
what
for the
fuck
day.
were we doing? Remember that little tiny record shop on Lambert that we went to that one time? They had a little show or something.
Yes, I know. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. And they were standing out front. It was you, me, him, and Black Josh. And like we were hanging out, and there's a group of chicks, and like kind of talking to them or whatever. And all of a sudden, Angel goes like, "Oh!" He like falls
He goes,
on
"I
the
don't
ground.
feel so good."
Yeah, I don't feel so good. And like slowly falls to the ground. And we're like, "Dude, you good? What's going on? What's up, man?" And then he recovers or whatever. And then Black Josh is like, "Dude, you're embarrassing me in front of those chicks." And he was like, "Oh man, I took some pills." And then Black Josh was like, "Well, what kind of pills you got, man?" And he's like, "Some sick pills." I'm like, "What do you mean? Some pills you take when you're sick?"
What the hell?
This is like fucking like Dayquil or something stupid.
It's made them all lightheaded.
Do you remember when we were fucking in Kyle's like backyard, the what do you even call that? The fucking Murphy Ranch, and we were out there and it started raining, and like Angel started slipping down the hill because he had no grip on his shoes. He's
Grab,
like, I'm gone,
grab.
I'm gone.
He said no before that. He was like, grab, grab.
But it was too late. He already slipped down too far.
He didn't even
Too
like
much
fall.
inertia going for him, huh?
He didn't even like fall down that far. He just like slid like a foot, maybe.
That was some extreme breathing. I remember when he had the rib. I had him over one time. We were hanging out, and my mom made ribs, and I gave him some, and he's sitting there like.
He was a heavy breather, like with his mouth open. He'd be just sitting there, just breathing heavy. Yeah, I always forget. Was it him or his buddy that flipped your turtle over?
It was his buddy that did that.
It was who?
It was one of his friends.
That's a
Remember
weird
that
thing to
pi-
do.
Remember that
Another
pissed
man's
me off.
turtle.
Yeah, I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, retard?
Didn't you say like just grabbed it and like turned it over and like didn't say anything, just like stared at it?
Like, what the fuck are you doing?
It's kind of psychotic sounding.
It is psychotic. These people, quote unquote.
Is that from Blade Runner?
Those fucking
When
turtle
he's
flippers.
when he's interrogating the replicant, and he's like, "You're in the desert, and you see a turtle, and you flip it over, and it's on its back in the hot sun, but you're not helping it. What do you mean I'm not helping it? You're not helping it." He's like freaking out. Leopold.
Yeah, it's something to freak out about. They die. They'll die if you don't flip them back over.
Yeah.
That was from Blade Runner, right? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
Did you
fucking
ever see
best
the new
movie
one?
ever.
Think about the new one.
I loved it.
I thought it was fantastic.
Yep. It kept the mystery of Deckard while expanding on it. You still don't have any answers.
You ever seen Blade Runner, Dan or Paul?
No.
Yeah, I think I saw both of them.
You should. It's based off a book. What's it called? Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep?
Yeah,
That's the one?
Philip K. Dick.
Yeah, that's some good shit.
He's a dick.
I will have to check that out. I know that's something that I should.
There's like 5 different versions of the OG one, so you gotta be selective.
And
The final cut's the one to watch.
Watch it
Okay.
on
I kind of like the
after
theatrical one. I kind of like the narration.
watch it after White Monster. I think the first attempt I fell asleep.
Oh, watch
It
it with
is-
the White Monster.
Yeah.
It is a slow, moody movie. There's no denying that.
Whoever says theatrical, Fred says final cut.
I'm saying director. Just kidding.
Paul
There is a
says
director, there's,
director.
like, 5 different
Wow.
versions.
The
Well, which is the best one?
so
Final
the
cut
the-
is the one that Ridley Scott says is like his like vision the most.
So you know you're watching basically Lord of the Rings that's like 5 hours long.
It says 2 hours.
Oh,
But I think the theatrical
Yeah.
version is the only one that has the voiceover narration, which I'm kind of a fan of because it has like that more like old school noir feel. But you know, to each their own.
I don't like the voiceover because it's just too obvious. Like they're spelling things out for the audience, and it was studio meddling that got that inserted in for the theatrical release. And I think that's the one with the happy ending, which is really stupid. And you see just
The little
Rachel and
unicorn
Deckard driving through the countryside, smiling at each other.
That is that one. Yeah.
That's a terrible ending. The
I also read that
the
Harrison
final
Ford
cut
had, like,
was
deliberately, like bombed the narration too because he was like he wasn't happy with it either, so he kind of like phoned it in.
yeah, he just totally half-assed it. But the final cut was cool because Ridley Scott went back and corrected all the mistakes. So like there's a really weird scene at the end after the main antagonist dies where he lets go of a dove and it flies off into the like clear blue sky, except there's no clear blue sky. They're just like fighting in the night in the rain. And so he went back and corrected that because he's like, why the hell did I do that? At one point, there's an error in the count of the number of replicants they're hunting. So they went back and corrected the script and just generally tweaked everything. And it just looks and sounds and just flows better, I find.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah,
I
Fred
don't
could be
argue
wrong.
against that.
When you said flies off into the clear blue sky, it reminded me of Pigeon Man.
Goodbye, Arnold.
I'll never forget you, Arnold. It's people I
Get to
don't
the chopper.
understand.
Some heavy themed shit there for a kid show back in the day.
Yeah, good show actually. I watched it recently. It's actually good.
Yeah, it holds up.
Do you guys hear
Watch
some
it
heavy
as-
breathing? Do you guys hear some heavy breathing on my side?
No, it sounded
No,
like
I hear light panting like you're pregnant or something.
My dog's got his face right in the
He's doing
microphone.
Oh, is that what that is?
Yeah. You are trouble.
I hear like a little padding.
Padding and heavy breathing. Oh no.
And now it's going off to spell the TV.
Lions, tigers, and bears. Oh my.
Hey, I got my debit card in the mail.
There you go.
That's exciting. Tell us about
Yeah,
that.
It's got a picture of a beach on it with a turtle.
Hey. Turtle for the turtle man.
Yeah, don't flip it
Yeah.
over.
I like doodles.
I like frogs better.
All right, now we'll announce all the numbers on the back here. Get ready.
Hang on, let me get my pen.
Your
Right.
CVC 666 or what?
Yes, how'd you know that? No, it's actually 555.
If you're 555, I'm 666.
See, Trevor would love that analogy because he likes Slipknot a lot.
I like what?
Slipknot.
I like Slipknot.
You like Sneaky Nut?
Yeah. Wait, what do you like?
That's a whole other thing.
Oi punk?
Oi punk?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like some oi punk. I like some of the skinheady stuff.
Huh?
I'm not like an expert in it by any means, but you know, I have my handful of bands that I enjoy.
I don't know if I can name any skinhead bands. Do RAC bands count? Brutal Assault? Or was that what the name of that band was? Brutal Assault? They coined the term rock
Booze
against
and Glory, the
communism.
one I showed you.
Which one?
Booze and Glory.
No, that's not one I'm familiar with. Maybe you played
That was
before.
the one I played recently at Miguel's. Booze and Glory. Another old school one is like Hub City Stompers. They're cool.
I think I remember that name. It kind of reminds me of that other one that that Tony Yanelli liked. What the hell were they called? Gutter Mouth or something like that.
Yeah, Guttermouth. No, they weren't really skinhead. They're just punk. They're from like La Habra. They have a song about the chicken box in La Habra.
I like the chicken box. I just saw that My Whittier
Yeah,
guy.
place
He
is
was there.
good.
They got good mashed potatoes.
Yeah, good wholesome food there for a wholesome lad.
Yeah, you can actually get biscuits.
Yeah. But Hub City Stompers, they do like this one like cool like a ska cover of like Boys Don't Cry, except it's Skins Don't Cry. It's kind of silly, kind of dumb, but it's fun.
Skins don't cry, lads.
Yeah, silly stuff. I've never seen a fucking what's that one movie? Romper Stomper. You've seen that one, haven't you?
I've seen like some clip where they're beating up Asians or something like that.
Yeah, I've been meaning to get around to watching that one, but haven't.
Yeah, I think Drew likes that movie. I've never seen it.
That's Russell Crowe in that one, isn't it? Is it Russell Crowe?
It looks like it. Yeah. He's Hando.
Rambo's long lost brother.
Hando?
Hando and Rambo.
Is this movie about Nazi skins?
Romper Stomper?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. Yeah. I've never seen it. I thought it was just about regular skins.
No, it's Nazi skins. And like soundtrack, they tried to make it like authentic, like neo-Nazi like skinhead punk. And it was meant to be like negative, but like they like produced it well, so like neo-Nazis ended up like liking it and like embracing it.
It's my favorite movie, Brev.
So it had like an adverse effect, which I think is hilarious.
Whoops.
I think Falling Down had the same effect where it was supposed to be like, no, you're not supposed to like this guy. He's the bad guy.
Yeah, like that, like Fight Club. All those movies kind of have adverse effects.
I think All in the Family had that same effect. You were supposed to hate Archie Bunker, and you were supposed to side with Meathead, that like what's his name, Rob Reiner.
See, that's a movie I did not see.
What, Falling Down?
I did see that. Just trying to make a joke.
My phone cut out for a minute, so I didn't hear the joke.
Oh, so that's
Now
a
you're better
movie. That's a movie I did not see. Yeah, you're right. Cut that out.
I'm afraid I didn't get that one.
Nazi.
Nazi, Hotsy, Totsy, Nazi. Okay.
What other shows have we gone to? I remember I took you and me went to see, who was it, Judas Priest and Deep Purple.
Yeah, you won tickets on the radio.
I did. I won tickets. I was like, hey, you want to go? And you're like, sure. I remember on the way there, we were like, where the fuck is this place?
Or is that, I was like, here, let's ask these chicks, but it was like dudes with long hair.
Yes, you guys are going the
We
right way.
pulled up. I was like, oh, let's help these chicks out. And then we rolled in the window, and they rolled down their window and looked at us, and I was like, it's a man. And he like smiled, and then I drove off.
Yeah, he did smile.
Womanly
Yeah,
smile.
he wasn't mad. He was like, thought it was funny.
It's like, hey guys.
Yeah, I get that a lot.
Who else? What else?
Oh, I'm gonna need some.
I took you with me to see Paul McCartney.
I fucked up my ankle, dude.
Yeah, you did.
I jumped over, like, after the show, I jumped over one of those barrier things, and my ankle went.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I did like
we
a
do.
sweet vault, then you were right behind me, and you landed it, but I guess you landed it fucked up. And I did another one, and you were about to, and you're like, nah. And then you like disappeared. And I was waiting at the car for like 30 minutes, like, where the fuck is this guy? And I see you like limping up like on one foot, you're like, dude, my ankle. And I was like, oh man, it can't be that bad. And then like the hour ride home, you're just like, my ankle fucking hurts. Like non-stop. Like every
This
5
baby
seconds, my
baby.
ankle.
Dude, it still hurts.
And then remember you showed me that picture like a few days later, and it was like huge and purple. I was like, oh fuck, you destroyed your shit.
I did, dude. It's still fucked up. It still hurts.
You believe me now, Dick?
Because I was like, how you gonna explain that? Like, oh yeah, I went to a Paul McCartney show and fucked up my ankle real
Paul
bad.
McCartney.
Yeah, I thought I had wings.
Yeah.
What happens when you get
Certainly
older
did.
and you develop arthritis? All your bones are dust.
Good shit though.
Shoulders and ankles and all everything's everything's going.
Yeah, what was the story when you were like
Yeah,
rolling
you're
down
pretty
the
jacked
hill?
up.
Rolled down the hill.
Yeah.
What do you
Oh
have?
no, I didn't roll down the hill. I was at the top of the hill. I took a piss, and then I jumped off, and like my shoulder was already like previously dislocated from like 5 other times that happened to me, and yeah, my fucking shoulder came out of place, and I didn't want to go to the hospital, so I had all these I had to Trevor and some of these guys, like I was drinking a bunch of whiskey. I'm like, all right, just pop it back into place. I don't want to go to the hospital, but nobody could do it.
Yeah, we probably made things worse. We were just tugging on your fucking arm for like 30 minutes.
Yeah, I know. God, I assume I was probably barfing at the end of the night because I think I got a bunch of
And then
morphine.
someone caught that picture of you where you were reaching out and looked like you had no teeth. And you commented
Doing
on the
like a
post,
toothless
I
grin.
look like Lord Farquaad with no teeth.
Yeah. Vince liked that. Vince really liked that.
Yeah, Vince did. He had a long fucking comment about like how he should like treasure that.
You were there when Miguel got a cramp up in Turnbull, where he just like fell off his bike and he was kind of curled up in a ball. Like, what the hell's the matter with you? He goes, cramp.
I wasn't there for that one, but I've been in the presence of many Miguel cramps.
I don't know if it was the same trip, but I remember it was like going towards Hacienda, where you're like down in that little valley, and he fucking crashed into the canyon wall. That was pretty good.
Yeah, I think that might have been, because I remember that, yeah. Unless he did it 2 times, which is possible.
I think.
How about when we were leaving your fucking grandma's and we were like all in my car, and then it was like him and David in David's car, and yeah, he passed me like on the fucking, oncoming lane, and then he fucking almost went off the cliff, he hit the guardrail.
That's when
Remember
little
that
Vince
shit?
was telling you to slow down.
Yeah, slow down, slow down. Yeah, he pissed me off.
He can't
You're not
ride with me
driving
ever
with me
again.
again.
Yeah, I was like, Vince, that's it, you're not riding me ever again. Set my foot down.
I could. I don't even want to.
Little Vince, silly guy.
Chad Vince.
Sigma Vince.
Yeah, Vince is definitely Sigma. He's kind of on the he's on the outside. He's beyond all of you.
He tried
The
getting
Alpha
into
and the
metal.
Omega.
He tried.
He tried getting into metal for like 2 hours.
Yeah, he was listening to,
2
like,
hours.
Yeah, he like listened to Megadeth and like Exodus and Metallica. He like sent us that he was listening to Kill 'Em All. We're like, whoa, dude, pretty badass.
Did it work? Did he convert?
No, he said I can't do this, and he just like started playing hip hop again.
Is that what little
was
Vince
a-
listens to? Like only hip hop?
Valiant effort.
He listens to a bunch of stuff, but he
He
makes hip
listens
hop.
to, he listens to like 80s fucking first wave stuff a lot. I know that.
About like the Strokes and shit like that. You into like alternative?
I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think he's into shit like that. He's into like probably the Smiths. I think.
Yeah, everyone's into the fucking Smiths.
Well, Vince is kind of elusive. I kind of forget. Oh, he likes the Stranglers. That's what he likes.
I don't think I know who the Stranglers are.
Some like 80s punk turned new wave band.
Oh, no idea.
Should we go on break? Because I need some water.
Yeah, let's break it.
I
Yeah.
gotta whiz.
All right, we're back.
Did you call
We
me
back.
Bubble Boy?
Bubba boy.
Did you call me Bubble Bass?
Baba booey, baba booey.
Ain't calling you for dinner.
Yeah, Baba Louie.
So, how you guys doing?
We were talking about Bill Cosby. Trevor thought that Bill Cosby slipped on a hot dog in prison when he got there. So I looked it up, what actually happened. It says Bill Cosby falls down prison steps after getting hit by hot dog bun. And we were kind of regaling. That's sort of funny because a hot dog bun is basically weightless.
Very airy.
Yeah,
But,
I
I
mean,
mean,
how does
soaked in
that
something so
how does
it's,
that
like,
move?
weight
How does that
free.
even how would that move any part of your body? Hot dog bun?
Maybe it
I can
startled him,
imagine.
so he jolted.
Yeah, I'm going
probably,
with
I
the
imagine.
startle theorem.
I'm
Old
just saying.
people
The startle
spook easy,
theorem?
you know?
Say the
know,
only
we
way a
see-
hot dog bun could possibly hurt is if like somebody kind of mashed it into a ball, like a clay ball, but with the dough.
Oh, you hit me in the eye.
Or if it's like really stale and like sharp.
Yeah, a sharp stale bun.
Yeah, it's like just
Crispy
it's
bun?
stale to the point of being like it's just a chunk of cement.
Well, even a
Like one of those
fucking
pumice stones.
yeah, even a tinfoil could be used as a weapon if you ball it up. Remember Johnny hit fucking Eddie in the eyeball with the tinfoil?
Yeah, it was like one of those like fucking lunch, fucking school chicken sandwiches wrapped in that tinfoil shit. And he put it into a nice little ball and nailed fucking Eddie from like 30 feet.
Johnny was one of the special ed boys, by the way. And they had
Yeah,
him do.
and,
They
our
had
school
him.
was the California Condors, so his name, he was known as Johnny Condor.
Right. And he was a real jerk to everyone. He wasn't a very nice guy.
No, you hated him.
No, I did.
He had
And
a
then
few
when they
nice
finally-
catchphrases though.
Big wiener.
Big wiener.
I don't remember what the context for that was. Big wiener.
And he would just ask, "Hey, you got big wiener? Hey, black boy,
Oh,
you
yeah.
got big wiener?"
Hey, black boy. Fat boy and black boy.
He
Those
called
were
Eddie
his
fat
nicknames.
boy. He go, "Fat boy."
Yeah, he emphasized it.
Yeah, he was a bully.
Well, he got his comeuppance that time when he missed the pinata in front of everybody.
Yeah, you did.
And I happened to be the only one laughing my head off when he swung and missed.
Yeah. What makes it really funny is that it was sitting perfectly still and he wasn't blindfolded. And he like, did like a little like charge up, you know? He like 1, 2, 3, and he swung and missed. And everyone else goes, "Aw!" But then you hear Daniel go, "Pah!" in the back. So you could definitely, the whole school heard him. And then everyone kind of laughed after that.
Yeah, 'cause it's fun.
It was funny.
Well, he tried to trick everybody into giving him a fist bump, and what he would do is when you would like put your fist out for him to bump it, he would punch the shit out of your hand, and
Yeah, I
had
remember that.
like I guess a fist of steel, the iron fist. And Nathan stands his ground there with his fist. Johnny comes in with the bump, the hard fucking bump, and like he goes, "Ow!"
That wouldn't work well on someone like me because
Practically
on my
broke his
right
knuckles.
hand I usually wear this like wolf head ring, and I feel if you would punch that, it would hurt you a lot more than it would hurt me.
Yeah, I'll leave a gash.
Yeah.
Yeah, Paul wears rings. Sometimes he fist bumps me, and I'm like, "Ow!" I pretend like it doesn't hurt, but inside I'm like, "Ow!"
Yeah, I
Yeah, no,
gotta,
this dragon, this wolf head like protrudes by like 1.5 centimeters. It's not a small ring.
Hey, Dean, what's up? Come here. No, what do you want? In, out.
Yeah, see, I
Want
can't
in.
do like rings and jewelry. I can't even do like wristwatches. I don't know. I don't like loose things on me. I feel weird.
get a tight one, brother.
If your rings are loose, you're doing it wrong.
Yeah, get it measured.
Well, necklaces too. You can't wear a tight necklace.
You wear a choker.
There you go.
For a 13-year-old
You could
girl
wear-
going
you could
through
wear
her
puka
edgy
shells.
phase.
Yeah, we get the shark teeth one.
Puka shells never go out of style.
I had puka shells when I
Don't
was
they?
like fucking 6.
Probably do. Yeah, I had some when I was in like second grade.
Yeah, I think I had like bleached hair, like frosted tips, and fucking
hell
puka
yeah.
shells.
Oh, the Ricky Martin look.
Yeah, or fucking Reese from fucking Malcolm in the Middle.
Reese.
That was like the nice. I have like 7 like elementary, not 7. I was only in elementary school for 5. I have like 5 yearbook photos of like the same like generic look, like spiky hair, fucking Hawaiian shirt, and like maybe some puka shells in a couple of them.
Yeah, I
It's like a
forgot
new
spiked
new
hair
metal
was a big
starter
thing.
kit.
Yeah, well, you know, I never transitioned all the way.
But you were a
To new
skater
metal, that
kid,
is,
right?
just to clarify.
Into metal.
Gotta be careful what you say these days.
Context.
Context is key.
Yeah, it's gonna get extracted out without any context.
Yeah, I never
Yeah, I
fully
never
transitioned.
That'll be the bite in the beginning of the episode to draw people in.
Sweet, I made the cut.
Yeah.
You know, it's always been a dream of mine to be on the Bunsen Burner Recordings podcast, so thank you.
I almost choked on my water when you said that.
Since I was a wee lad.
It's my nightmare every Monday. What did
always
Fred pick?
some dick like me with technical difficulties, like, fuck, what's it gonna be this time?
No.
I
It's
think-
always just what Fred
think-
picks.
Yeah, Fred picks
Oh.
give Paul nightmares,
You got
especially this one.
you got a kid, right, Fred?
Sorry,
So you have a child, right?
I do.
Just the one?
Just the one.
How old is your child?
Dad talk.
2.5.
2.5? Okay, I have a kid. He just turned 3, so.
Guys, dad talk equals bad talk. Come on.
Oh, dad.
No, just
talk,
kidding.
dad talk.
Wow.
Come on, give love to the daddies.
I was just trying, you know, expand your audience.
Get to know the guy.
Forget it. I'll drop it right now.
Pick him back up. Keep going.
Oh, no. know.
No, now we don't
I
want
know
to.
where I was going with it. I give up.
Fucked it up.
You ruined it, Paul.
Yeah, we were gonna connect right now.
Worlds are colliding. Can't let it happen.
Damn, that goth chick just said, "Come to the
Jimmy
cellar
Power
uptown."
Hour when worlds collide.
Goth chick. All right, we gotta cut this short then.
Holy smokes!
Come to the cellar. All right, give me an
What
hour.
she said. Yeah, I'll need to hop in the shower.
All right, Fred, why are we here?
I took something to drink. Hang on. Oh my god.
Careful.
Okay, I'm back. Well, it is our cycle of non-metal picks, and I decided to throw you guys a loop and choose the soundtrack to a Super Nintendo game called Chrono Trigger, which was released back in 1995, and the soundtrack is about 2.5 hours long. But it's great. I do love it. Shit, man. This game have played so many times over and over, and for anyone not familiar with it, it's a role-playing game similar to the Final Fantasy games. It's by the same makers, and a very brief overview is your character travels through time into the past, into the future, to find out that a giant meteorite monster crashes into the Earth in the past and is going to awaken in the not so distant future from the main character's home time period, and basically cause the apocalypse. And aside from being a terrific game in its own right, the soundtrack is just fantastic. It's for something so simple, it's just beautiful. It suits the characters, it suits the parts of the story you're in, and it's remarkably good in every sense of the word. I unironically listen to this. I own the soundtrack on CD, and it gets played frequently around here.
Yeah, and it's got the same dude who does Dragon Ball Z as one of the creative directors, right?
I think so. Yeah, I know the guys who did the soundtrack, Yasunori Mitsuda, and another guy called Nobuo Uematsu, who I don't know much about other than the fact that they wrote this soundtrack. I just researched that for today because it's not something I've committed to memory. But it's I'm not alone in loving the soundtrack. It has received a lot of accolades, and there's surprisingly you can find a lot of orchestral covers and voice covers of the songs on this soundtrack on YouTube and various places. There's even tribute albums, things like that, on all around the soundtrack. So it's a bit of a weird listen because they do also include random little sound effects. So if there's something they consider a song that was composed, but it's you found an item, it's a track in there. It's 6 seconds long, so it's blah, 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 blah. You're like, okay, I guess I found a sword. But yeah, no, it's obviously very simple sounding because it's from a Nintendo game from '95, but with the technology they had to work with and how much they're able to put in there, it's a remarkably orchestral sounding soundtrack.
Yeah,
I don't know.
it's Well, I know you like the Donkey Kong 2 soundtrack as well, right?
Yes, that soundtrack is fantastic.
Yeah, it's a picture disc.
Oh, really?
I was saying you had the picture disc.
Oh, I wish. I wouldn't be like I'm
clown him, man.
sure I wouldn't be surprised if it came out on vinyl or something. I'm sure it exists on CD. Whether it's ever come out on vinyl or not, I have no idea. Something to look up.
Right now.
Yeah, I think the fact that the game is like, considered pretty much a classic, even in the sense of like older Square RPGs. I don't know if Secret of Mana is one of those, but I think these two are connected somehow, aren't they, Fred? You might know a little bit more about that.
I don't think the plots or the characters are connected, but in
Damn.
terms of like visual and all that, they're very very similar. The gameplay's a little different. Secret of Mana is a bit more action oriented, whereas Chrono Trigger is a bit more traditional RPG where you have to select your attacks and plan them out. Whereas on Secret of Mana, you kind of just run around whacking things.
Yeah, it's turn based.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
could have sworn
So
I could have sworn Secret of Mana was turn-based too.
I
I
gotta
could be
interject
mistaken though.
really quick. The Donkey Kong Country does have vinyl and it's yellow. It looks pretty sick.
oh yeah, I'm actually
Is that
looking at
Donkey
a
Kong Country 2 or the first one?
First one.
Ah, okay.
I'm
Well, that
looking
one's
at
got a
the
great soundtrack as well. It's got Jungle Japes on it.
yeah, the first one's got a great soundtrack too. But
Da-na-na, da-na-na-na,
I don't know, this yellow
da-na-na-na-na-na.
with the star right in the middle looks looks pretty clean. 30
there
bucks.
is a vinyl box set of the Chrono Trigger soundtrack, but it looks like it's unofficial. Looks nice though.
Boots are better.
Yeah, make your own Donkey Kong
But
Country bootleg.
I don't know. You guys wanna play a track?
We get into our thoughts about it.
Okay, fine. We can just keep yapping about it without letting people hear what we're talking about. That's fine. People are clueless. Everyone who listens to this listens to like frickin' Incantation. They probably haven't heard this before. They're probably like, "What the fuck are these guys on about now?"
Well,
Metal guys are
Has
into
everyone
video
here heard
games.
it, or are we all going in blind besides Fred?
Huh?
well,
Has
let's
anyone heard
this,
this before besides Fred, or are we going in blind right now?
we've heard it.
Yeah, I got a good listen in yesterday and today.
Oh, I'm going fucking blind.
Took me
Okay.
took me 6 drives, but I got through it.
That's admirable. That's commitment.
Yeah, I just kept putting it on.
That's dedication, pal.
Yeah,
Persistence.
longest record yet.
I am curious. Like the soundtrack is roughly in the order that your characters go through the different time periods. Did you get the impression of the different time periods the characters go through, or was it kind of just all muddled together and didn't really make much sense?
Well, there were some that was like very, uh, like intentional with like a lot of like the boss battles. Like they just sounded like a boss battle would. Not
Yeah.
really, creating a new wheel around there. There's kind of, you know, using that sort of like 8-bit. I don't know. You can hear it like in every boss fight, pretty much. Like those like very action oriented songs were
Yeah,
kind of just like,
battle songs are pretty obvious.
yeah, they're just kind of like tools to like, obviously you're gonna have this kind of sound over that section of the game, but I felt like there was a lot of spots that were just like mellowing out and like very ambient and stuff, but I didn't really catch any eras like being played across.
What
I
eras
just-
do you go through in the game?
So in the game, you go through. So you start uh, in the modern age, which I think is. Hang on, let me just pull up the actual numbers here just for reference. Okay, so you start in the modern day, which is kind of like a bit of a countryside, modern-ish sort of time period. Then your character gets blasted a few hundred years in the past into medieval times.
Okay.
From there, your
Blasted in the
character
face.
goes. You go a couple thousand years into the future after the world has been destroyed by the meteorite alien named
Gorgonites.
Lavos. Yeah. Then you go back to prehistoric times, and probably my favorite time period is the Dark Ages, which is like 12,000 BC, when the society is actually at its most advanced, and there's magic everywhere, and it's pretty cool. You're briefly in the era where Lavos emerges and
born.
destroys the world. And there's also the end of time, which is just it's almost like a menu area where you can just switch your characters out and save your game and shit and travel to different time periods. But it's just it takes place in the year infinite, and it's just like a lamppost in the middle of nowhere with a few squares of cobblestone path.
That sounds nice. I think that's where I'd want to be.
It's relaxing.
So the game is pretty much like based on real life and real history here, right?
No. It's not even
You mean
not
that
even
didn't
close.
Yeah,
No,
like
the,
Lavlos did come to Earth and fucking emerge, and there was magic and stuff like that.
The war between humans and dinosaurs is not well documented in our history. It is, however, in Chrono Trigger.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, there's
I
Yeah,
know
no,
there
it
is-
was a close call.
I know there is some like what do you even call those guys? Paleontologists. There's like a Christian paleontologist. He says
Oh, no.
dinosaurs and humans existed at the same time. Could that even be possible?
There seems to be a more
If
growing
you
opinion
consider
these
birds
days.
dinosaurs, maybe.
Well, they talk about like the Great Deluge, the fucking the flood, and then that's where all the fossils come from.
Oh Lord. Lordy,
good?
no.
no good.
Okay, move on without me then.
No good.
Anyways, but yeah, what did you guys think of it?
Oh, let's play a track. No, just kidding.
What is that? You giving your little snooty voice, Paul? Huh?
Yeah, see?
Rude.
Yeah, see. Chrono Trigger's a classic RPG. See.
I never heard of this game. I thought it was like an arcade shooter, like Time Crisis or something.
It kind of looks like Metal Slug the way that the game.
Who invited Trevor?
He walked
You're
in.
just shitting on your shit.
He just came here.
I did.
Yeah, shit on his shit, dude.
No
Ain't gonna see
fucking
a
dime.
fucking dime.
Dude, don't play Chrono Trigger with my fucking sister, dude.
So, dude, buying some long
Well, I'm
ass.
curious. Let's hear a track so we can talk about it. Because I feel left out now.
All right.
Pissing Fred
Which
off.
track should we listen to?
I forget what our picks were. Paul, you went for quarter of the time, I think, right?
Yeah.
You
Save
know
the
what?
best for last, or
I think
Yeah,
we're gonna have
let's
to-
save that one. Let's save that one for a bit later. Dan, yours was
Epoch theme.
Epoch theme. Okay, let's do that one.
Where the hell
Alright.
is it?
we'll be right back. back from that smooth jazz.
Yeah, it's pretty smooth.
I was saying during that that's the song that plays when you board your little time travel machine that can fly you across the map, but you spend so little time in it because the flight time to get to the places you want to go is so short. You don't normally hear more than like 30, 45 seconds of that song. So anything past that, when we're listening to it, I'm like, oh shit, I've never even heard this part before. And I mean, I've heard it once or twice, but like just most of my uh, playthroughs of this game, like I've never heard more than like the first 45 seconds of the song because it's you never spend enough time in it. It's funny.
Yeah. I think I would have liked this better if they had the growling vocals.
That's what was missing.
No, I think the standout part about this and a lot of the songs is like the bass. It's always just
Yeah.
like doing its own like counter melodies against the the keys, and then the drums are always progressing as well. And I was saying like it's better than like music that you would just hear like on a loop, like in a section of a world that like keeps going. And like these guys didn't have to do that. They could have just like made these all songs that were like looping for maybe like 30 seconds and then just call it a day. But you know, they're going the extra mile to like compose these tracks.
Japanese know how to make life worth living.
And soundtrack's worth listening.
Yeah, and all the characters on this on the cover of the soundtrack look exactly like Dragon Ball characters,
Yeah,
except
all
for
the-
maybe the Toad, who
all-
looks like the demon from Inuyasha. I said.
All the characters on the cover would. No.
Yeah, would definitely,
Especially the robot.
especially that freaking Toad.
Toadman.
So
Would. Every time you see a disabled person, would.
So Trev, now that you can see that you're not blind anymore,
No, yeah, I'm not blind. I've been enlightened.
what do you
I can
think of
just
that?
Imagine Fred on the weekend doing dishes around his house, listening to this.
hell yeah.
Yeah, it
That's
is.
No, I can dig it.
that makes me happy. Make that
yeah,
image.
it's kind of a pure thought, you know.
Yeah,
Culting and
Like
adulting.
definitely.
the sunshine kind of going through the blinds a little bit.
Yeah, it makes life a little less mundane, you know. It's like, all right, this is my adventure today. This is how I'm gonna handle it.
Yeah, your wife comes
How did
by.
the
What do you-
Japanese help you today?
Travel through time.
your wife comes
My
by. What
mind.
are you listening to? Countess again? No. Show her the earphone. Dun, 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 dun.
Fred, did you ever see one of the Impractical Joker episodes where the punishment is Sal has to give a speech at a wedding,
I think so.
and he's like, he goes, he's like, your wife is a great person. I know inside and out. He goes, I would know. and then at the end, he goes, I'm gonna tell you something my grandfather told me after the war. He goes, marriage is tough, but never let the Japanese get in your way.
I'm sure I've seen it because the whole series was on Netflix here for a while, or Prime, I forget which, and I watched the whole thing. So I'm sure I saw it, but I don't remember it specifically.
I will never forgive you.
Something.
So
kinda
what
similar
about
to
this song made you pick this one, Dan?
Just stepping
Trevor,
all
what
over
were you gonna
Trev's
say there?
words.
Said something kind of similar happened recently. This is unrelated. What kind of unrelated? Anyways, my boss, he's a baseball fan at work. You know, and
Thought you were gonna
he's
say a
talking
Jap.
to his father-in-law. He's talking to his father-in-law about
Chicken?
the Dodgers. You know how they have a Japanese pitcher now, Otani. He's
Yes.
talking about it. His father-in-law served in like World War II or something. And he's like, you know, we fought those bastards or something like that. He's like, whoa, like this is just baseball. You're like really hanging on to that grudge there, pal. I just had to share that since we're talking about Japanese.
Yeah, it's like that Curb episode.
Banzai! That one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one where Larry, where the Japanese guy thinks he's calling him Chicken Teriyaki Boy.
Yeah, chicken.
He goes, "That's my nickname. That's what they call me there." He goes, "Nobody has a nickname like that."
Wasn't that your fucking Instagram handle for a while?
Yeah, I used to be Chicken Teriyaki Boy at some point.
What were you before that?
Before that, it was a reference to the Pauly Shore movie. What the hell's it called? Encino Man. My name was Bulgarian Dork Bud,
That's right.
and Tom Landeros knew what that was from. I was like, very good, Tommy.
Yeah, points for Tom.
Man,
Yeah, points for Tommy.
speaking of the Dodgers, I went to a game on Friday, and
Anime shit.
yeah, it was like a VTuber night. So there was like a bunch of weebs, like a bunch of dudes in like wigs and guys
Manga
in,
readers.
yeah, and like well, just anime, and just kimonos, and there was like a huge line wrapping around the stadium from when I got there and when I was leaving. So I was like, they're just like getting some exclusive merch or something. And
Did you
yeah,
get any?
no, during this the seventh inning stretch, the VTuber came up on the screens and in a Japanese girl anime accent saying, "Take me out to the ball game."
That sounds
Was
like
it a guy?
That's a girl.
No, I'm saying, was it a guy behind the avatar
Oh,
character?
no, I don't know. It wasn't like a live thing.
So
Oh, it
were
was
you
just
there
some
for
stupid
that,
VTuber.
or is that just a happy coincidence?
That was just a coincidence, yeah. Yeah, I was like looking at the crowd. I was like a little, before I saw the kimonos and
Before you
all
realized
that,
it
I
was
was like,
Tom?
it's looking a little, he's getting his welcome here today. The pitcher.
Tony, a prostitute.
Yeah, and then I put the two together, and it's like, okay, that makes sense.
Cool.
I feel like that's a little much for American older people to see
Yeah,
something like that.
yeah. I don't
It's a
think
little
anyone
shocking.
was. Yeah, I don't think anyone was about it, and I think it's because the anime expo was like that week or something, or that weekend. So they were just kind of just going all animate out,
Really?
and us too apparently with this Chrono Trigger.
I hate anime.
Me too.
Well, I know you're a
Okay.
manga guy.
Yeah, manga supremacy.
It's okay.
I
You guys
don't
will
hate
be alright.
anime. I've seen Golden Boy. How about that?
Ah, good old golden boy.
I hear the sound of a woman screaming.
How do you like my swimming?
Yeah. So, how do you like my swimming?
Oldie but
That was-
goldie.
Such a stupid show.
Study, 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 study.
Yeah.
It's
Life is study.
just a parallel to Julian's life at the time.
Pretty much. That's Julian. That's
Look like
definitely
Julian.
Julian. That's still him.
Yeah. Look just like him to a T. A little hat backwards, just kind of skinny.
The bike
The
and
bike.
everything.
Right?
Oh, Juju.
Always on an adventure.
Yeah, but to get back to it a little bit here, I was asked why I picked this track. I guess I picked this track because it kind of reminded me of something called Bruton music. I don't know if it's pronounced Bruton or Broughton. Bruton.
You mean brutal
Yep.
music?
Bruton music. What it is, from what I understand, what this is a genre of music called library music, and what I think it is like a lot of pre-made music for TV shows or like lower budget movies that can be purchased for like a really cheap price. You can just buy one of their pre-made songs and put it in your movie, put it in your show. And I guess there's actually a lot of cool shit in there. It's like psychedelic, funky shit, a lot of cool jazz. That's what I like. I'm a jazz man. I've kind of shed my blues wings, and now I've got a shield of jazz. Got my jazz armor. Yeah. But yeah, I think Bruton music. I think it was purchased by what's his name, Michael Jackson, and I think he owned it for a long time, but he never did anything with it. He just kept all the TV show songs for himself. Never
All
sold
the
them.
rights.
Yes, he had all the rights. Somebody has the rights now to Bruton music, and I'd like all that stuff. If you look that up, a lot of the album covers look really cool. Let's see. Are there any Bruton? Yeah, you can see all this shit. Bruton music. It's always got these weird squares and like futuristic kind of shit. There's a lot of like electronic music type of stuff in there too. Yeah, it was a different kind of song here. I also did like the dungeon synthy, the more like traditional video game type of sounds here. But yeah, I guess you didn't really get total like 8-bit chip tune. You almost had like something that's mimicking real music here. So
Yeah, it's weird because
Well,
like
A lot
Super
of cool.
Nintendo was like 16-bit, right?
I don't know.
I
Who's
think that's what
Mr.
separates
French?
Nintendo from Super Nintendo. It's 16-bit, and it kind of pushed the limits of more sounds, more textures.
this is why
That's
we
what makes it more
bought
advanced.
Trev.
An excellent point, Trevi. Points for Trevi.
Well, that's what I'm here for.
Dang old Trev.
Yo, dang old Trevi, man.
But yeah, it's like there's tracks that are like paired with the game, and you can't really separate it. It's like, of course, it's a soundtrack for a video game, but then you get tracks like this that are kind of not so entrenched with the idea of like being a background sound to you playing a game or something. It's just like music standing on its own, and I think you can go into my track next, and that'll like even highlight the point further because it's like turns into like some sort of like Latin influence music too, with the Corridors Time.
Shall we play it?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Let's do it, boo boos.
All right, we'll be back. Back. Dan tried to set the record, but failed.
No, that was.
I tried to
so
what?
fun.
Set the record fastest piss, but didn't claim the title.
I had to grab a water. I had to piss, but I was also thirsty. So it just it just the
Emptied the
cycle
tank.
keeps going.
Yeah.
Exactly. Fill it up again.
But
Zeros, ones. I thought I saw it two.
what do you guys think of that track?
Woo!
Definitely vibey.
Yeah. It's funny because this took me 6 rides to listen to this whole album, and it was because for some reason when I played the playlist that Fred sent us, the next song queued up, and it wasn't even from that playlist. It was a 10-hour long version of this song. So
Oh my god.
I was like,
Listen to
"Damn."
this for 10 hours?
No, I listened to it for about 10 minutes, and I was like, God damn, when does this song change? And that shit stuck with me, and I'm like, yeah, this is actually like great the whole time I was listening to it, but I was like, damn, like I know there's 60 tracks in this playlist, it can't all just be this.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so yeah, the 10 hours of this song was, I mean, yeah, 10 hours of it, only getting about 10% of that was pretty good.
I think I think the fact that that one even exists in a 10-hour format just tells you how many people actually like this song.
Yeah.
It's probably tied with my pick for my favorite track on the entire soundtrack. Um, so like I was describing briefly while we were listening to it, this is a track that plays when you're in the dark ages, and what's happened is this is in the distant past, and the population is divided between people who have magic powers, people who don't. Those who don't live on the frozen tundras on the earth, and those who do live on floating islands in the sky in these golden palaces full of occult symbols, and they all use magic, and there's books everywhere, and it has a very like uh, very very mystical element to it, and one of my favorite parts of the game, and the music is just fantastic. It's and it really reminds me of those portraits or those paintings of like what Atlantis looked like, or what Hyperborea looked like. That kind of vibe where it's like a very ancient, advanced civilization with magic and mysticism and all that.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Ancient
It's very
thriving.
steampunk. It's very steampunk too.
Yeah, I said it sort of reminded me of Mike Oldfield, the Tubular Bells. For
Yeah, at
some
the
reason,
beginning.
everybody knows
Dun,
what
dun,
that
dun,
is.
Yeah.
dun, dun, dun. Yeah, he did
Yeah,
the,
it's a very exotic kind of foreign kind of feel to it, but not from anywhere I've ever been or heard of.
Yeah. Like, there's that one effect. It sounds almost like a sitar or like a 12-string guitar or something going on like in the background.
Yeah.
Kind of trippy sound.
yeah, and then it sounds like some like
Exotic.
old hand drums or something. It's like sounds like frogs or like a bit. It's like boom, boom, and a lot of the just voicing in here. It sounds like it's almost having like a conversation with itself. Like just it says one thing, and then there's a like call and response sort of melodies, which like really keep the attention. Like this obviously doesn't need vocals in it to show you what the centerpiece is, because it has that first section, and then it comes in with those like kind of chimey, um, I don't know if they're strings or not, but just like where it's like panning from left to right, and I think it just loops that like back and forth twice, and
Hmm.
yeah, I need to just keep that on for 10 hours.
I think it's impressive that this track has sounds in it that you listen to it and you're like, oh, those are vocals. Wait, no, they're not. It's not actually a choir, but it very much like gives that element to it, and it's pulled off in a way that, I mean, no one's ever going to think they're real choirs, but it gets the point across. Like
Maybe
that's what it's supposed to be.
maybe back in '95 they're like, damn, who sang this?
Yeah, no, we weren't that primitive back then, Paul.
Yeah, it's very emotive of different instruments or sounds, or like they just keep saying choir or something like that.
Yeah, if I heard this during the game, I'd probably stay on this level.
Yeah.
Just sit there idly just to chill for a bit.
Yeah.
I did that many times.
Nice room.
Yeah.
I just run around those different islands and just kill time listening to that song.
Yeah.
That was a good
I'm a
time.
total moron when it comes to this, but how do they record this kind of music? Is this all like on a synth or something, or how are they doing this?
No, I'm just kidding. I have no
mean-
idea. I'm in the same boat with you.
Yeah, no, you know what? I don't know either. I'm pretty
For
sure
a second,
all-
I was gonna say, "Wow, Paul, a dick." He just starts laughing right away. I assume it's what do you even call that? What do you call the straight like a plug-in thing? Those little like MIDI.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
like-
what I'm
That's what I
assuming. So I'm
assume
assuming
it
it is as well.
Yeah, it's just synth. Yeah, like MIDI keyboards or something.
Yeah, that's what I'm
You can get
assuming
all
as
kinds
well.
of sound. It's all. I think it's all connected to the computer, anyways. I think. I don't.
Yeah, I don't know. I've seen people make music through their like Game Boys and shit before.
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
seen that too.
So I don't know if it's like just utilizing the sounds that gives, but that probably goes back to the 8 and 16-bit sort of sounds that you would get. But again, don't know this shit unless it's a guitar. I can't tell you.
It has a similar feel to one of the Vangelis albums, one from '77. It's called Spiral. That's the one with like a giant guitar cable flying through the sky.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of got that sort of it's got like the world ambient sound, but in Vangelis it's kind of the same thing except it's all like purely electronic sound. So it's got an interesting atmosphere to it too. Like it basically could be an old video game soundtrack, even though it's too old.
I think just being able to compare a Super Nintendo soundtrack song to Vangelis's tells you something about it too, right?
Yeah, it all comes back to Blade Runner, huh?
Well,
It always
it
comes back
tells you that it's valid, I think, and it
Yeah.
obviously is. I mean, the people that made this game and then all the stuff that went into it, the music is. Well, it seems like it's considered a classic. Everybody seems to like that.
But it wasn't just throwaway tracks, right? Like these were composed. Like they put a lot of work into this, and you can tell
Well,
just
yeah,
by
like you
how
said, people are even
layered a
covering
track
it
like
as, like,
this even is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, like you said, people are even covering it as kind of an orchestra. I know people do that same thing with Dragon Ball Z songs and with like Legend of Zelda and things too.
yeah.
For sure.
I think I saw like a video of like some like keyboard player like basically listening to it for the first time and like trying to see like what the actual chord and progressions are doing, and he's like, oh shit, like he's all just goes like where you don't expect it to necessarily. It's just like throwing in dang, Fred's clipping.
Throwing in
God
clipping.
damn it.
Yeah, just throwing in an actual thoughtful progression in there instead of kind of boss battle tracks.
Boss bitch.
Bouse.
But I think
Paul goes,
another BBR first.
The of approval.
Let's just
yeah, the of barely approval.
for another BBR first. Let's just listen to that track again. No.
Okay, which one are we doing this time here?
This one is going to be Shala's theme.
Oh, Shala.
Shamalama-ding-dong.
Ooh, sha-la-la-la, ooh.
I'm still going with the Moira Rodriguez.
Yep. All right. We'll be right back. we're back from listening to that track.
We are.
Yeah.
Another.
So that was
ano-
Shala's theme.
Yeah, another good, just chill banger.
Yeah, I've always found that one kind of haunting and a little creepy. The the story on that one is Shala is one of the characters in those Dark Ages, the with the floating islands, and she is one of the most powerful people there. And long story short, opens a portal to help the group, gets sucked in, and then just disappears. And when the game came out, there was so much buzz back on the early days of the internet of where you go to find her. But in the game, you can't find her. Like, she's just gone.
Damn.
And that's why you saw that comment saying hers is a tragic story. She just vanishes, and one of your characters that joins your party at the end of the game just goes off to search through time to try and find her again because it's his sister.
Fuck.
But yeah, the game was released in a remastered version later on, and they added on a section where at the very end of the game you find out that she landed in a time and got fused with that meteor alien, Lavos, to make like a super bad guy, and I thought that was the dumbest fucking thing ever. I was annoyed at that, so I pretend that never happened, and just keep the original game and its mystique of just not knowing where she vanished to.
Yeah, that was almost anime level feels right there.
Yeah, right?
Till they brought her back as a villain.
But like, let me tell you, I spent so many hours looking for her after she vanishes in the game, back when you had no way of knowing if those rumors were true or not.
The
Yeah,
Shala,
this was a lot of fun.
The Shala Simps.
Yeah.
Searching through time.
Searching through time.
I'll find you. No, but yeah, you can feel the melancholy with this.
The
And
despair.
yeah.
Yeah, the character's
The muscles.
mother is Queen Zeal, and she's the one who's like basically basically the bad guy of that time period. So it's she's constantly oppressed by her.
Bad bitch, if you will.
The bad bitch, absolutely.
But
Boss bitch, if you will.
this like the melodies at the beginning of this just sound like they could just be sampled on like any mumble rap instrumental, and I wouldn't be surprised if anyone used this as a
Like
a
Blade
sample.
or some shit.
Yeah, something, I don't know. Let's see. Wiz Khalifa apparently.
Oh, there we go.
Damn, beam to it.
On
But-
your diapies. Rugrats.
Rugrats.
Yeah, Trev, what
Bad.
do you think of that?
Yeah. Just to repeat what Fred said, yeah, very haunting, spooky vibes. Me not ever playing this game, I can only speculate as the world in which this music accompanies, but it seems like I said too, like despair, like searching, trying to just figure out something. Is there like any puzzles or anything like that in this game? You have to like open doors or get keys or anything like that, Fred?
Oh yeah, plenty of that sort of thing.
Oh, so seems right at home with that kind of music then.
They should mod it where you can find her.
Yeah, crying, searching for Shala. Crying, sitting on
Where
the
is
floor.
she? I don't find her.
Oh, sorry, technical difficulties.
You're good.
But yeah, it just seems, I don't know if you guys heard me before I cut off, but it seems like that type of gameplay and that music just go hand in hand together. Totally makes sense.
Sounds like the ancients are telling you something. They're telling you about their world of old.
The world of all.
They're telling you to go play this game.
Yeah, I might have to.
Isn't this game really expensive
Yeah, I
now?
might have to get an emulator or something.
Uh,
The emulator.
I don't know how much original copies go for. I've
Let me check
had
on
mine since
Discogs.
'95, so I haven't really thought about it.
Check on Discogs.
No, I'm gonna check on eBay. Let's see, Chrono Trigger, complete in box with posters.
300?
$800? What the fuck?
Fred, flip your shit. What the fuck?
Yeah, no
you can
kidding,
buy the
man.
Maniac Butcher like 8 times.
I'm buying that anyways, but
Yeah, you can get on.
Maniac.
okay, no,
Butcher
but that's the
box set.
asking price. Does anyone actually buy it at that price?
Yeah, you can
There's
get
a
it.
cartridge here for 240. There's a cartridge here for 150.
Just get it on Steam for $8.
Complete in box. This one's sold at 48 bids for 1,349 Canadian. Are you fucking kidding me? Huh.
What's that, like 5 Monopoly bucks?
Somebody's selling one in Hong Kong for $20. Free shipping.
Oh, it
What's-
must be
what is
a
that?
remake.
I guess.
They do
I
make.
mean, it's a cartridge. Oh,
yeah.
oh, it is a reproduced game. That's what it is.
Just get it on Steam. $7.
Man, the key really is the box, isn't it?
Yeah.
You can get the Final Fantasy Chrono Trigger combo for the PlayStation 1 for $25. I think that one might
There
have
was
less sense.
There was a sequel-ish called Chrono Cross that I never really got to play much. But I don't think any of the characters or worlds carry over. It's just a separate story and the same theme from what I gathered. But I've also heard that one of the characters crosses over. I don't know. I didn't get to play it.
But
Shala.
did you ever get to play Dragon Ball Z Budokai 2?
Budokai, no.
No? That was a cool game. It was too hard. I could never figure out the fucking combos.
But should we get into
The last song we're going to play, Robo's theme, because it's Rick Astley. Hell yeah.
the troll song? All
Trevor,
right.
do you remember those the Goron and Legend of Zelda, those like rock guys?
Yes.
How did they sound? Weren't they like ooh, ooh, ooh?
Yeah, just kind of like apish, I would imagine. Like
I
ape
love
slash
how-
frog.
In that game, no character has a voice other than just quizzical grunting. You encounter an elf. Huh?
Yeah, what was that guy's name?
You encounter one of the sea creatures. Rulu?
What'd you say, Trevor?
So what was that one character's name? Fucking like Tyndall or something? What was his name?
Tingle.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, he was like a middle-aged man dressed like an elf.
Yeah, and he was like a big sensation in Japan, apparently.
Yeah, everybody loved Tingle.
Yeah. Weird.
Apparently, he had a red nose because he's like an alcoholic. He had like blood vessels burst or something.
I believe it.
I remember the fucking boss for Majora's Mask was very underwhelming.
The stupid. It's the mask, but it's like kind of dancing around.
Yeah, I remember I was like, what the fuck? Like, what is this? And it was like easy, and I was like, oh, that sucked.
Was it easy or you just
Ocarina
that
of Time was way better.
That's why I say. That shit was hard.
But so good.
Maybe you can use the boots in space.
Yeah,
think you-
maybe
I think you
these things
could.
work in space.
Mm-hmm. So,
And they did.
They did. Okay.
Not
so
outer space.
Robo's theme, right?
Yes.
All right, we'll be right
Alright.
back.
and they're like perfect.
All right, we're back from listening to Robo theme.
Rick Astley.
Yeah.
Get Rick rolled.
Yep, and we are definitely not the first to realize that there are videos on YouTube of the two songs mashed up, and they match up perfectly. But from what I gather, the similarities are entirely coincidental.
Convergent
and the-
evolution.
Yeah, parallel evolution.
Fred, do you remember a black metal band called Sirius? Or Sirius? Not the one from
Sirius?
Portugal.
If
It's like
it's not the one from Portugal, I don't think so.
Cirrhus. Does that sound familiar?
Sirius.
Yeah, they were from like Oregon, I think.
I think so, but I might be thinking of another American band called Skirhus, which is Skirrhus. So maybe not.
I'll send you this particular timestamp later. But on the second song of that album, we have a similar case of one of these like 80s song or 80s sounding kind of songs. I wrote that it sounds like Time After Time. You know that song? Dun, 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 time after time. The black metal riff sounds like that, and I commented that, and somebody put under it like, "Oh man, I can't unhear it now. It's real."
I love it.
No, but with this song, I really like that backing one where it sounds like a cheap, like a really cheap keyboard. It's like ding, where it's doing the kind of vocal melody, ding, 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 ding. So I can imagine some chav getting down to that. It's a real funky song. I love it.
They said good.
It was good.
It's funky. It's awesome.
Any lore with Robo?
Yeah, well, I mean, his character story is when
He's a
you
good
get to the
robot.
future. Well, you can rename your characters. Every time I played the game through, I renamed him to Rabbi because I'm an idiot.
Sorry, Rabbi.
But yeah, no, he's just a robot that who he kind of like Data in Star Trek. He kind of grew beyond his programming and got beat up by the other robots for being defective. So when he got kicked out of the robot thing,
The robot clan.
Club.
he's like, "Well, I got nowhere else to go, so I'll join the group."
Club Robot. As opposed to Club Penguin, yeah.
But yeah, no, that's that particular song doesn't have a whole lot to it other than that's the song they play when he's front and center for anything. So each character just has their own theme, and that one is to be Rick Astley. So
Well, I don't think we can leave you Rick rolled audience, so maybe we should listen to Secrets of the Forest to close this out. So we'll be right back. Alright, we're
Born a
back.
coon.
And yeah, why does this have more counter melody and just better songwriting than modern death metal?
Because hardcore kids writing death metal suck.
Yeah. We should do these non-metal picks more often. Yeah, just as a standalone, just electronic track is just,
Pretty exceptional.
yeah.
Yeah, even the Wiz, like you mentioned before, even the Wiz fucking sampled this. Because
Yeah.
he's the Wiz!
Yeah,
And I mentioned to the boys here that, sorry to cut you off, Paul. I just wanted to bring this up real quick. I mentioned to the boys that, why is he called the Wiz? He's wearing a crown, not a wizard hat. Seinfeld plot, plot holes.
yeah,
I'm disappointed in Seinfeld.
yeah, he can't patch it up in Curb anymore because that ended.
Yeah, and the
You
last
think
season
Larry
kind of
David
sucked
knows
anyways.
the difference between wizards and kings? I don't know.
He was wearing a cape in that one episode for no reason.
Yeah, that's true.
And then he was like yelling. I forget what he's like. What was he? He was like in space or something.
Oh, that
and Jerry had
sci-fi
a
one where
dream.
Jerry writes the note down and you can't read it.
Yeah, what the hell did he even say? It's like flaming balls of siren or something.
Yeah, something
Flaming
like that.
balls.
Anyway, sorry. What were you gonna say, Paul?
Forget.
It's gone. I just love how they managed to make it so foresty. Like
What?
the music itself just sounds like,
It's made of trees.
yeah, it's
Like it's got leaves with the dew dripping on your face.
my face. It sounds like crickets, like just the sounds, and there's that owly synth sound in the background that's obviously meant to sound like an owl. And
Sounds like
the
the
Out
Arcana
of my window
intro.
right now.
And then the moan.
yeah, that's the owl. That's the owl. Damn it.
Well, I think that's the beautiful bass. That's the beautiful, like, I don't think it's a real bass, but they make it sound like a fretless. Boom, 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 boom.
Oh, that's that oil tanker out there.
Yeah, it's beautiful. That's the sludge tanker over there. You hear the sound of the jack whale singing?
This is one where the front fell off.
Oh, but yeah, this like there's tracks just sprinkled in there like this and corridors of time that make it stand out from being in a video game soundtrack that just makes it more of exceptional music that these guys didn't have to really compose or do anything other than like making loops, but they kind of did it just I don't know for themselves or not. It was just a lot of joy and heart put into songs like these, and yeah, you can really hear all the atmosphere and place that you're um, place in the world while listening to these. Like how Fred mentioned that this is like just straight up 4C vibe, and you can hear that without the name of the song being titled that.
Yeah. And like as you're listening to it too, you almost like kind of forget it's even like fucking video game music. It's pretty impressive that they were able to get this out of the Super Nintendo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, boys, should
Yeah,
we get
definitely.
into some final thoughts?
Sure. Paul, go.
I'm gonna pull a Fred.
Got him.
I kind of already said my last thoughts.
Oh, you pulled the 180.
No, but yeah, seriously, like to reiterate what I just said, it was like these songs just stand out, and like Trevor said, it doesn't, kind of makes you forget that these were, soundtracks for a video game. Having not played it and just listening to this makes me want to play it versus, the opposite approach of where you play this and want to listen to, the soundtrack afterward. And yeah, I just feel like a lot of like heart and just a lot of joy of composing and making some very like lyrical melodies without obviously any lyrics going on. Really take you places other than tracks that could have just been like boss fight or more generic like Pokemon RPG games where it's like dun, 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 dun. Like those ones are just
Repeat.
it's just kind of what you'd expect versus like Fred saying when he played this he would just like stay in one area listen to it, or he wouldn't be in an area long enough, and when he listened to the soundtrack on its own it's like, whoa man, these guys progress the song in a way you never expect, like especially the tracks that are more like groovy with the like heavy deep bass in there always doing like a counter melody with it, and then just the voicings that they use to guide the songs and the melodies, they seem very intentional and conversational, and it's just always an engaging listen like you would get with certain electronic music, especially like older ambient stuff. And I think this was a pleasantly surprising pick, especially going after the daunting 2 hour plus 60 video playlist. And yeah, I'm glad I did it, and I'm glad I stumbled upon that 10-hour track, because I'll probably unironically be playing that sometimes. It's just so good.
It is great to fall asleep to. Let me throw that out there.
Yeah. This is the only time I'm ever going to say this. Trev, go.
Yeah, so coming into this blind, never hearing about this game, never playing it, never listening to any of it, I definitely want to check it out after this. I'm a sucker for like retro games like this, especially ones with like so many different like worlds and like vibes in them, like within one game. Like so many games these days just kind of fall flat. You feel like you're doing the same thing over and over, and they've lost a lot of like the artist. I don't know what the fuck the word is. Artisticness of the old school like this. We have different realms going on, and the music accompanies that. It just takes it to another level. It makes you feel things. Makes you feel engaged in more ways than just playing a fucking video game. Just makes you like, feel things, experiencing it. So definitely gonna add this one to the buy list and give it a whirl. So,
Yeah, get the $800 one.
Podcast for this one.
Yeah, thanks for coming on.
Yeah, I appreciate it. You guys having me.
Yeah, what did you think of the fact that the guy from Dragon Ball had a big hand in this game too?
Makes me miss him even more.
I know. The Hispanic Jesus.
What do you think of this, Dan?
Um, well, I already compared it to like the Broughton music stuff, just because it is there are so many like different atmospheres that are able to be portrayed here, just because yeah, the world building is it's seemingly pretty huge. I haven't actually played this game, but I've seen a little bit of clips here and there. I guess besides that, yeah, Paul's right. I think this could have been up there with like 70s sort of ambient stuff. Something else that sort of reminds me of is one of the guys from Tangerine Dream had gone solo. One of the keyboard players, Edgar Froese, um, he had a few albums in the like mid 70s, 74, 75, 76. Um, but it sort of has the same kind of almost world music, or like I guess a sort of textured kind of like atmosphere where it wants you to travel to a certain place. It's got imagery in mind for sure. And yeah, the music itself is actual music, which is cool. It doesn't sound 8-bit. It is all on like MIDI and some sort of synth. But yeah, it's totally solid shit, and it's I think it's would be a good listen for anybody who's a fan of like electronic or ambient shit, probably from I don't know, maybe around 73 to like 84, because there's a certain sound that comes in through this sort of thing. We talked about electronic music like OMD and shit. Well, that's more like synth pop, isn't it? But yeah, I think Edgar Froese would be another good one that people would like. Probably the some of the ambient shit from like Brian Eno reminds me of that a little bit. That stuff's a little bit more drawn out because it's just an album, and the game is the game, so all this stuff is going to be kind of condensed. But it's all solid shit, and yeah, I like it. Like you,
Nice.
Fredward. Oh, I usually don't go Fred go, but today I'm gonna go ahead and say Fred go.
Fred, no.
um,
Fred, no. No, just kidding.
Not gonna lie, it was a bit of an experiment for me because I've
An
spoken to
evil
people who like
experiment?
this. Yeah, human experiment. You guys were the guinea pigs. Um, I've spoken to people who like this soundtrack, but everyone I've spoken to that likes the soundtrack
Feel
is also
violated.
familiar with the game,
I feel violated. I feel used.
as you
I didn't
should.
sign up for this.
No, but everyone I've spoken to that likes the soundtrack is familiar with the game and learned about the soundtrack by playing the game. So, especially if you're playing this game through your childhood and it's one of your favorite games, then the memories of playing the game are strongly associated with the music, and that colors your take on it, right? So I kind of wanted to see if uh, this would be something that someone would enjoy without any associations to the game. I know that you guys hadn't played it before because when I brought it up, you guys weren't familiar with it in any considerable sense. In any case, so it's cool to see that this is just generally well enjoyed music and not just pleasant memories associated with the video game from the past.
Yeah, beyond
So
nostalgia.
yeah, no, it definitely goes beyond that. And at this point, I haven't played the game in a few years, but I still listen to the soundtrack constantly. So even though I have like fairly vivid visuals when I listen to these tracks of where they come from, it's almost like they transcend that because it's more than just the game now. It's a feeling of just otherworldliness, um, of being somewhere else. So you're just transported away and just happens to be somewhere that looks like that the scenes in that video game. So no, a lot of really good songs in there. Don't think anything is bad in here. Like I said, there's a few tracks that are very, very short. That's just like, you found an item and stuff like that, which are just necessary parts of a video game. But they're generally speaking very well thought out, very heartfelt, very emotionally resonant, just on their own. And then when taken into context of the game and what's happening, it's even more so. Uh, there are so many other tracks I wish we could have played because there's a lot of
60 of them.
yeah. But Another one of my favorites that I would recommend anyone check out is one of the final tracks called "Too Far Away Times."
So far away.
Awesome song. Very, very final. And it's one of the final tracks in the game too. So it's a good ending song. But yeah, no, just a fantastic soundtrack that I'm glad that you guys enjoyed, even without the context of the game behind it.
Yeah, and I think closing words, hot dog moves can never. No, but I challenge Vince to make music like this,
Yeah, me too.
and maybe we'll put it out on the BBR, on CD.
Hell yeah.
It's got to be as good as this.
Yeah,
You got to be like a whole team of Japanese fucking orchestral dudes.
Orchestral prodigies.
Yes, exactly. I think the
But
boys
it must
got
be
it in 'em.
difficult though. I mean, like, this is such a more limited medium than being able to pull out any instrument you want. Like, the fact that they were able to pull out so much from so little is astonishing.
Hey, in
I
1995.
think that kind of
Come on,
inspires
give me a break here,
creativity.
guy.
When you're limited to like less tools, you have to get like, craftier with them, and I think that's kind of why a lot of music feels like bland and like uninspired these days because it's like too easy, you know?
Generated by
Kind
AI.
of like, yeah, kind of like Burzum with Boulder Daddy or whatever that fucking album's called.
It's a great album. What do you want about?
Boulder Daddy. Yeah, it's a very sneaky sounding album.
but yeah.
Yeah.
Trev, send us off.
Yeah, I'm glad I came on. Fred, it was cool getting to hear something that I would probably never listen to ever in my life, so thanks for that.
Never again.
No, I want to play. I want to listen to it. I want to experience it.
One play.
Yeah, thanks to you guys for having me on here. Hope it didn't suck too bad.
No, no, no.
I know, good.
Not any more than usual.
Oh, great. Just the right amount of suck, my favorite.
It's all
That's what
jokes.
she said.
We have fun all the time, every day.
All day, every day.